Is it our weather?
I do not do a podcast at FCC. I don't do anything without using the Oh, that one's a little fishy. I don't know about that one. Everything that we have is things that I use and things that I can. We just had this idea to create this cognitive enhancing formula that became Alpha Brain, which is total human optimization. Save up to 30% on Alpha Brain. We wanted to provide people with all the things that I use
You ready?
on a daily basis.
Been ready.
For my health. We wanted to put together.
How's it going, everyone?
Hey, everybody. I'm already typing with some of you on the chat. It's
There's a
Friday
reason-
This is the
night.
wrong way. Let me swap that around.
Woo!
You're a person like myself that tries to
You
optimize
All
said-
that?
every
Yeah.
single aspect.
I'm here.
of your
It's been
mental and physical
a 50 plus hour week. It is Friday night. Welcome, everybody, and let's get this party started.
It's a bit. It's definitely been a bit this week, for sure. A lot going on. A lot going on. How's it going? Thank you for being here, everyone. It is Friday night. I cannot believe another week has gone through.
Free Speech Friday.
Free Speech Friday. Yep. The JC Live event, it has just been taken over by Free Speech Friday. So we have Speedify on, so we should not go down, and it shouldn't be doing any kind of crazy spooling or anything. I also tried figuring out this ad thing so that you don't get that many advertisements while we're doing this live, because that's annoying. If you get one, my apologies. In the 5 seconds, just hit skip, 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 and we should be okay. Anyways, how are the mics? Are we getting good audio before we even get started in here? How many people we got? We got a bunch of people
We
already.
have, I can't see.
Like 70,
But,
80
you
people,
know,
I think.
William, Ian, Raziel, Real Nikon, Dominic, Peter, Nick,
Peter's here.
Rubicon, Nuarto, James, William,
John K. Wolf.
Travis. We got the peeps tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people here. This has been like
Herb, hi guys.
Lynn Brown. Who else do we have here? Travis. We got Travis. Radioactive Texan. I like that. Thomas, how's it going? Roselle. Who else do we have? We have Jim over there. How's it going?
Lynn from
Dominic.
Utah. Hey.
Rubicon. Let's see. Who else? James. How you doing, James? A lot of people are in here already. Fantastic. Listen, do me a
Jeff.
favor. Peter is the moderator, so he's going to tell you over and over, to put an at JCristina before your questions, or
Yes.
just something simple like.
They can hear an echo.
You hear an echo? All right.
Is it me?
It's
or is it
probably
you?
Me. I don't know. I'll look into it right in 1 second.
Leo, DG, hello everybody, David, Laney,
Also, you can put
Flying Pretzel.
AQ colon before your question, and it makes it easier for us to kind of see things, make sure that everything is working as it should be. Let me see, what do we have here? Let me kill desktop. Let me see
We're
if
both
that helps.
echoing.
Really? Okay. Let me see if I can fix it. I don't know why we shouldn't be echoing.
You know why? Because we're having Florida weather, so
This weather has been absolutely crazy, but it should not be echoing.
Low Tech Greg, you made it. Steve,
Well, I'm looking through this.
Ron.
You go through and say hello to everyone, because I know
I am
there's
saying
a
hello
bunch
to
of
everybody.
people.
Paul from Australia. Oh, it's fixed. William
Is it
Vavrick,
fixed?
thank you.
All right, that's interesting. Very odd. That's all right. So it's been quite a week. There's been a lot going on. I did a bunch of different videos this week. I talked about, and you guys could ask any questions about any of these topics and anything that you want to talk about. But the videos I did one that was SpaceX Starlink puts satellite TV out of business. And that one was pretty interesting because we were talking about how Elon Musk, SpaceX Starlink is just revolutionizing everything when it comes to even TV. Whereas people would, in the early days, right, if you were in a rural environment somewhere, you would get DirecTV or you would get Dish Network. That was it, right? If you didn't have cable. But in the rural settings, you usually didn't have cable, and that was your options. You didn't have anything else. Well, now everything has gone IPTV, right? Everything is internet-based TV, where you're just streaming everything. So once Elon put basically high-speed internet access, worldwide now, but definitely nationwide, people didn't need Dish Network. They didn't need DirecTV. So now Dish Network, and I was talking about this, how they were merging back together EchoStar and Dish Network. In 2008, EchoStar was formed and Dish Network. Basically, they broke apart and formed two different companies. One was the service-based company, which is or Dish Network, and then EchoStar was the technology-based company that basically built satellites and did all this kind of tech type of stuff. So they broke apart. That was in 2008. Well, as of this year, a couple months ago, they are merging back together. Why? Because the service business is dying on the vine. No one gives a crap about Dish Network or DirecTV or any of this anymore because they have a means to get TV other ways, like Hulu, or you can get YouTube TV or whatever. So we did a whole piece on that. If you want to talk about any of that, just let me know. Also, I talked about recovering your files over on Google Drive. Google Drive lost a lot of people's data, and I've said this many times in the past, do not rely on the cloud. One day the cloud will rain and all of your data will rain out, right? So I did a whole piece on that, and I talked about how you can get those files back. I gave you two different methods of getting those lost files back according to Google, and I kind of walked you through it. I also did a piece this week on putting together Starlink with Apple TV and PureVPN. PureVPN is the one that I talk about a lot besides Spotify when it comes to VPNs. But putting those three together gives you a ton of functionality. So what's really nice is PureVPN now has an Apple TV app. To get that, it's like basically having to, go through, all sorts of hoops to be able to make that happen. There's very few VPNs that actually have an app, and they do. So that was perfect. So I took you through that in a video on how to install it. And then finally, today, I did a video on the FCC said that SpaceX Starlink failed to get it up. And what I mean by getting it up, it's getting their speeds up, number one, but also getting that Starship up. And that video just blew up. We're like 1 out of 10 on that. There's like 4,000 or 5,000 views already just in a few hours. So that's going to be a really good one. So if you want to talk about that, let me know.
I have a couple of comments and questions.
All right, let's get into it.
So I just want to say real quick a shout out to a couple of people that are also joining us. F. Welshel, Frank in South Carolina.
How are you doing?
And Noarto from Navajo Reservation.
Wow.
Ed Barkman from Fresno, California, pro copy. And Dominic, he said, get ready for much rain coming our way. Unfortunately, yes.
Yep.
Bill, hi, from West Virginia. Retirement, hobby, farm, and DIY adventures. I just got Starlink, love it. Best internet I've had in 17 to 18 years.
Fantastic.
Watch TV that way as well. Will not go back to DirecTV. 83 Jeep, averaging between 100 and 150 megabytes download all this past week, and uploads of 15 to 20, first time ever.
Wow.
And Raziel would love to hear your thoughts on FCC screwing SpaceX on the RODF.
Yeah. So that's what I was just talking about just a second ago. It's, I definitely am partial to Elon Musk. And the reason being is I do believe that for the most part, what he does is beneficial to humanity. Number one. Number two, he doesn't give a shit about money, or very, very little about money. When he just recently was in an interview and he was talking about how he was being blackmailed by advertising agencies, or ad companies, even like Disney, that they were going to boycott him because of what he said about this and that, whatever. The bottom line, he said, is just basically don't advertise with me. It's fine, right? He was very emphatic to say, go screw yourself. And then he had to say it again, go screw yourself. And then he just had to call out Bob in the crowd, which Bob is part of Disney, and he's a douche. So Bob the douche was there.
Dude douche.
Dude douche, right? Dude douche Bob from Disney was in the crowd. And so just, you can imagine his face, right? because you wouldn't think that. You would think that everyone would bow down and kowtow to you just because you have all of this ad dollars, and this guy, he don't give a shit. He don't care about your ad money. He's like, I will not be blackmailed for money. And he don't need money. What are you, crazy? Basically is what he's saying. So that was really interesting. Well, the FCC voted down party lines. There's 5 members in the FCC that voted. Okay, 3 are Democrats, 2 are Republicans. The 3 Democrats voted against Elon, and then the 2 Republicans voted for Elon. Who would have frickin' thunk it, right? That's hard to believe, don't you think? So in light of that, he basically lost $885 million in subsidies from the government for building out, right? This, let's call it the bridging of the digital divide, right? Getting people, the haves that have internet into the, or the have-nots into the have column. So it's like a seriously big thing. Just grab that. So for me, the way I look at this is that the FCC is doing this instead of with our, interest at heart. They don't do that. They are doing it, they're voting down party lines because they have their interest at heart. And that's a friggin' problem. All right. And that is a problem. So once again, matter of fact, just a quick little, I'll tell you a quick little excerpt because this is very important. And then we'll get into some of these and I'll break off the topic. But they were saying, and this I thought was very, very interesting. It was Senator Carr. He said this. He said, today's decision certainly fits the Biden's administration pattern of regulatory harassment and is a decision that cannot be explained by any objective application of law, fact, or policy. And that is 100% the case because we did the math. And if you didn't watch that video from today that I did, please go and watch it because I break it all down. And the math doesn't work out because they state that he will not be able to get to 100 megabits down and 20 megabits up. Yet, when I do the math, and I'm sure anyone that has just 2 brain cells does the math, you don't have to be a calculus genius or some type of Ivy League professor. You do the math, it's going to work out that he's going to get there by 2025. They basically said that he will not be able to make it to those speeds by 2025. How the hell do they know? Number one.
They're savants.
They are savants. Or something. These people are just absolutely horrific. They are horrible. Anyways.
They are Free Speech Friday.
What do you guys see?
Ask
what do you
clowns.
guys think? Ask clowns. Ask clowns. Free Speech Friday. Tell it how it is in the comments. If I'm wrong, tell me. I don't want you to just, I don't want to be like a resounding board. I don't want to hear like just, yes, you're right. If I'm wrong on something, please let me know. We're all about learning here. That's what we're hanging out for, is learning together.
Okay,
That's why I do this whole Starlink thing anyways. Let's learn to answer some questions because I just ran on for way too long. I'm sorry.
All right.
She already kicked me 4 times, right? I got a bruise.
I am here for you guys so that we can, get everybody in here.
Because I will run on.
Drink your thing.
I will drink my thing.
Steve Johnson may have been asked this already. Were you in the military Air Force here?
I was not. I always get that question.
Because I think you have that look that,
I don't know.
But no. He's a computer nerd.
I'm a computer nerd. I used to do Kung Fu for many, many years. I used to do Eskrima stick, Tonfa, and I used to train military and cops at Tonfa and Eskrima stick. That's it. I was not in the military.
Okay.
But if you were, thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Because that is a big, big thing. Really appreciate you.
Real Nikon lover, Google is in there with Adobe, a giant lead weight on your wallet.
Facts.
GG, that's true about IPTV, but if you want your local channels, you either have to pay IPS more money or get directional HD antenna. Peter would like to see your new Starship. He cannot wait.
Guys, so I've been waiting like 7 months for this. Look at this thing. All right, let me try to cover our eyes so that it actually, does it focus there? It doesn't focus. I'll keep it back here. Anyways,
why
like
does
this.
Nothing focus? Lately?
Because it wants to focus on your eyes.
Oh, okay.
Right, so that's how it's set up.
Gotcha.
I can change it, but
should we put glasses on it?
we should put like eyeballs on. Yes. I like that.
You like that?
But see, yeah, I mean, look, I mean, this is awesome. All right, so
I know you guys are excited about this, but if I have to see this thing one more time.
it's just so freaking cool. All right, you have your instructions in here. Anyways, it is actually out here because I already took it out for that picture that you see. Look at this. All right. And there it is. Oh. The only thing you don't see is the torch. You can't really see the
back because
you don't see it.
It's like, let me see this. You need like the
well, you need
background
something.
or something.
Something
like,
black.
Like, no,
and let me see.
Something lighter.
Anyways, I'll just keep it here. So this is it. It's heavy. It is heavy.
It's it.
What this is, it's the Starship, and
you can't see the top of it.
I don't know.
You need like a white paper.
So it is the Starship, and it actually blows flame out the bottom. You could like heat up your marshmallows and create s'mores, or I don't know, do kind of crazy stuff with it, right? And it's kind of
Can you see it?
Yes,
you can see the shape better. Look at that. Who would have thunk it?
You're a freaking genius.
Look at that.
This is why I pay you so much.
I mean, really?
Look at that. Look at that. Anyways,
wow.
I waited like literally, I think it's like 7 months for this. I love this. It's going to be behind me. I'm also going to
he was a little salty because his son-in-law got it first.
He did. Because he's in Texas and they ship out of California. So I had to wait like an extra 2 or 3 days.
He was a little salty.
I was salty. So, but I didn't just buy one. I bought 2.
Why?
Just because.
Wow.
I might not even open
and
the
this
second
is why
one.
I don't get paid?
It's true. But I don't think I'm going to open the second one. I might just keep it like for 10, 20 years and then like give it to my son or something. I just think it's cool as hell, right? It is just really cool. This right here, I mean, to me, this represents the future. Okay. I know I've said this. I've been doing this for 25 months talking about Starlink, this nonsense, right? I do believe this is the future. I do believe what is going on over there is going to be that revolution, right? Number one, in a mesh network around the entire planet with 42,000 satellites, and you will be able to literally walk outside and make a phone call with no towers. That means you can go to the top of Mount Everest and make a phone call. Absurd. Think about that. Everyone will have a satellite phone, which we used to have to pay like thousands of dollars to have a satellite phone. In the middle of the ocean, you could actually use this.
Amazing.
Instead of having an emergency satellite phone, right?
Good Lord. All right, Bill.
So
Starlink
there you have it.
is the best. Memorable places. Any news of an outdoor safe, capable mesh node from SL?
Outdoor, safe, capable mesh network. Take a look at my video on TP-Link. I did, if you look at the description in this live, you will see some of the products that I currently use, and they've been working for about a year, maybe somewhere on there, maybe more. So take a look at them.
All right.
I put a bunch of videos on that up.
Lynn Brown, did you see the Starlink is selling the standard Gen 3 kit?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I didn't see them selling a kit by itself, not as an upgrade. If they're actually selling the kit by itself, where you're getting a Gen 3 router and you're getting a new Starlink dish, I did not see that. If you have a link to that, please send it to me. It might not work. Shit, that's the one thing that's annoying with this chat thing. Anyways, it might not work by you putting it in here. Put the URL without dots in it and like use like an asterisk. How about that? Put a URL but use an asterisk instead of dots or something. It might not recognize it as a URL. And then I'll go check it out.
All right. Grapefruit, juicy fruit. Loving my Starlink USMC Paris Island, South Carolina.
Awesome.
Love it.
Thank you for being here.
Pro copy. Question. Tricky video question, slightly off topic. Does anyone know how to change fade type of video in Premiere? I can't find how to change them.
In Premiere. Sadly, I went from Final Cut Pro. When they went to Final Cut X, I said, I'm not using Apple anymore, and I moved into Premiere. And as of today, for the last 2.5 years, I've been using DaVinci Resolve. So I don't know how to do the Premiere as of right now. So if someone else does, in the chat, let them know.
All right, the Easy Cajun. Good job, my friend. Keep exposing the truth. John Wolf.
We
Question. I just got an update on the Starlink. Do you know what it is? What it was? It seems my dish lost most of my blind spots.
Interesting. Yeah, so the dish, when it does updates, what it does is it will do the update and then it'll do a full reboot. When it reboots, it does a full scan, the 360 scan of any obstructions, and it remembers where those obstructions were before, and it kind of paints them out, and it no longer looks for satellites in those areas if it doesn't need to have additional satellites available to it in that area. If it does, it'll keep it painted red. If it doesn't need that area, what I've noticed is it will paint it out, and you'll see it like an edge around, and you no longer have obstructions, which is cool.
All right, Peter, what are you two drinking tonight? Well, Peter,
I have tea.
I actually don't have anything because I was so tired earlier that I had a cup of coffee before we came on. And so I didn't.
Coquito.
Yeah, it's more stuff for me to make. Yes. I'm done. I'm so tired, all right, you guys. So, there's 2 weeks left in the year, and I'm done.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's definitely been a lot.
Okay, James says slow tonight. 115, 15 down by 30%.
Really?
Grapefruit, juicy fruit. The Elon hate is beyond ridiculous. It is not that also, everyone thinks because, like, you know, you're into this and you're helping people out and whatnot, like that you're just like, you always say, a fanboy. I just think it's amazing the stuff he's doing. And when people think that he's dumb or stupid or he doesn't know what he's doing, I'm just like, you know, don't be such a hater. Don't be a hater. Because really? I don't know anybody else is doing it.
Yeah, it's like Asperger's or something. He's a genius, and that's how it is.
It's just, you know, instead of being like positive and giving off good energy to someone so that they can succeed and do better, this dude is doing better for all of us, right?
Yeah.
But people are just messed up. They got issues.
Well, that's what happens. Same thing with the government. Instead of actually doing, the government.
I know, but the government, like, I expect the government to be like that. It's a government because they're shit.
But see,
if
we expect it, but why do we have to expect that?
Because it's always been like that. So to think otherwise is just being naive. But like, this is an individual that's trying to go above and beyond, right, to help everyone who isn't part of, let's say, the government. And when people are like that, it just shows how people's character and shittiness, how they really are.
Shittiness. That's it. Shittiness.
I have a lot of good ones. I have shittiness, Asholian, fucked hard. I mean, I could just keep going.
Demonetized.
He said Free Speech Friday.
We're fucked. So, but yeah, so the someone wrote in the chat on the video today something about, you know, how the government is just, you know, just balls to the wall after Elon. It doesn't matter what he does, which I think is absolutely, like you said, is just it's just bizarre to me. Absolutely bizarre. I really think that they need to implement term limits. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like, oh, you can, you know, you're the president, you can only be the president for 8 years. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all of these Congress folk, let's call them, right? All of these people that are in government that are literally there for friggin' 50 years. They're half dead. They're dying. They can barely, they're drooling on themselves. They're literally dying in office. One, a couple of years ago, literally came back from the dead to vote against something just to then die a couple of weeks later. I just think it's just horrific. I really do. I think there should be. And then what would that do? That would basically allow people to now have new blood in all the time, new fresh ideas, and you don't get this stagnant, stale, just old and repetitive, non-innovative.
Again, if people think that people don't go into these positions without wanting to get something personally out of it,
yeah, of course.
Again, naive. Because
both sides of the aisle, it doesn't matter. You could be red or blue. It doesn't make it. There is shit on both sides, and they need to be. They need to be gone.
Yeah, like
really
enough is enough. Like
that's my personal opinion, and I think the same way about a lot of the judges. Some of the, the Supreme Court, that like the whole judge thing where you can be a judge for life and you can literally die like all decrepit like this and still be a judge. I think that is a freaking problem. And that's my personal opinion. Get them the fuck out. Right? Get them out. Get some new blood in there. I think that's what we need, like some revamping of what's going on. That's my personal opinion. Once again, Free Speech Friday. That's just where I'm coming from.
But
I could be wrong. Maybe we need to have people in there that just living dead and they smell like a corpse. Maybe we need that.
No.
Maybe they have wisdom. They're very wise.
But you can't. Okay, so you can't fully get rid of older people because
it's not about their age.
No, but you need the wiseness, right?
I'm talking the duration.
But yes.
Like, you cannot be in office for 40, 50, 60 years.
You can't relate, yeah.
It's just ridiculous. I don't care on what side.
All right.
That's just my personal opinion.
Would
it be helpful? I don't know. We went off on a tangent.
Yes.
My fault. Did you kick me? You didn't kick me.
I didn't. I was in it to win it. Okay. The new life, the first target in war is communications. Peter said, I was a wrestler. Peter, where's that coming from?
A wrestler?
That was random, or I missed something. Tim, has any other company get subsidies?
They all do. And that's one of the things I always talk about. AT&T is notorious for getting a ton of subsidies from the government for bridging the digital divide. They've been doing this for many, many, many years. And they're supposed to have been doing the fiber to the house, literally the last mile, for many, many years. And they simply don't do it. They take the money. Now, the reason I know this is because I'm a system administrator. I used to run I used to maintain a server in a cold room in a CO, right, in a central office, in a NOC, Network Operations Center. And my rack that I used to run was right next to Bell Atlantic's rack. So I used to talk to them all the time. And then I know a lot of engineers. And they all say the same damn thing. We set up fiber in locations that the people don't even want it because there's a big populace there. They don't even want it. Why? So they can go back to the government and say, oh, we just set up 1,000 fiber. Well, how many are actually connected? They don't want to know about that. They just want to know how many they set up. So they don't spend the money to give us, the rural folks, the fiber because they don't want to spend the money on that last mile to actually run it from the D-slams to the house.
We're just peasants.
We're just peasants, yeah.
Yes.
And then, but let me finish. Then Elon Musk starts doing it, and now all of a sudden he started out at the beginning 50% of the U.S., 70%, 80%. Now 100% of the U.S. can get it. Now, do I think that the kit should be cheaper than $599? Yes, but I do understand that he's launching frickin' missiles every damn 2 times a week. It's kind of expensive, millions and millions of dollars. So I can see it being expensive. Can it get cheaper? I hope so in the future, right? Yeah. But he's doing it unlike all the rest. Comcast, Verizon. You could go right down the list. They're all getting government subsidies.
How much are we paying for just cell phone service?
Yeah,
right
like $200 a month.
Right. So
for
$5.99 is nothing. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it is true. I just don't. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't get me started on cell phone.
Okay, Brian wanted to know if it vibrates. LOL. Grapefruit Juicy Fruit said D-cell batteries for that bad boy.
Yes.
You guys are out of control. Michael Johnson said LOL.
Look at this.
It's not blue orange.
So, I'm gonna do a video with this. Just hang in there. Maybe next week. I'm gonna light this bad bitch up, and I'm gonna see how long we can make a flame come out the bottom.
Ian said you could see our steak with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna roast some marshmallows. I'm gonna blow some shit up or something. I don't know. I think it's cool as hell. Is that cool? Come on.
Dominic said, "Can you make a creme brulee with a rocket flame?" I mean, probably.
Absolutely, you can.
Oh my God. Okay. Moby Connected actually taking a company down a few notches that has horrible support, random changes in pricing, designs, and treats its customers like the test market should get defunded. There are better internet.
What was he talking about?
I don't know.
Which company? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, there's so many companies, and you could name off in any region that you're located. I guarantee you the large player, all the bells, all the baby bells, all the large players in your location, Century, I don't care who it is, they're all getting subsidy from the government to bridge that digital divide. That's what they call it, right? And they're not doing it. It's all BS. It is not happening. Elon has been the only one that has actually made it happen. And that was one of the reasons, that's one of the things that he said. Matter of fact, Maye Musk.
I'm going to move this. Is that his mom? I love
yeah,
his mom.
so his mom, right?
I think
so.
She's
His
amazing.
mother writes on X. She says this. She says, "I am the mother of Elon Musk." May wrote on X. His goal is to make this world a better place. POTIV. So obviously she's addressing the president. Wants to stop him. Basically, the president wants to stop him. Why? Quote: "Have you any idea how furious I am? People in other countries are proud of Elon and do not understand the U.S. president's motive. Please tell me how I should answer them." I don't know. How do you answer
I'm
that?
just saying, as a mom, when you piss off a mom, don't
They're
piss
gonna
off
come
a
for
mom.
you. They're gonna come for you.
Saying.
I mean, anyone literally with just 2 brain cells that could be knocking together up in the wetware up here, right? In the noggin, they will tell you that Elon Musk is not perfect, but he definitely is more on the side of humanity than destroying humanity. I think it's, someone said it in a comment. I wish I can tell you who it was, but it was in today's comment. And they were talking about that he was always like, for example, the left side, right? They're like golden boy. Because remember, he is like the epitome of like eco-friendly. He's saving the world car by car by car. He's doing all of this shit, right? But as soon as they pissed him off, now all of a sudden he's no longer on the left. Now he's on the right, right? And now we have to just beat the shit out of him because they no longer like him. It's so weird how you just fall out of grace. And when you fall out of grace, they just pummel the shit out of you. It's just horrible. Absolutely horrific. So anyways, that was Mother Maye Whovier. No, it wasn't. Mother Maye Musk. And she's pissed, and rightfully so, because they've denied his son the funding when they're giving funding to all of these companies that have done nothing. It's ridiculous, is what it is. Anyways.
All right, so we went
Go
off,
right on. Go right ahead.
Ooh,
Sorry.
We have a lot of stuff to catch up on.
Okay. So go fast. I'm not gonna talk.
Brian, I have some many times couldn't get a call through up on the mountain. Oh, I did that one already. Okay. D. Clark, we got Starlink 2 months ago. Best thing we ever did. Been paying Windstream $130 for 1.3 megabytes. Almost useless, but for 13 years, that's all there was.
We feel you.
We feel question you. Trust incoming.
Me. What's that?
It says question incoming.
Incoming. I'm not sure what that is.
Okay.
Anyways, reword that, and I will answer. But yeah, I feel you. We have 15 megs down, 1.5 megs up through AT&T. That's with 2 lines bonded together. That's the best shit they can give us.
Yeah.
Through Uverse. What a piece of dog crap. Anyways.
John, Elon is now going to make his own school in Texas. This is interesting.
Yeah, I heard about that.
From 6th to 12th grade, he already has rich people giving him money to help. That's amazing.
That's just amazing. That is amazing, because we have daughters that are in college, and if you would know the shit that we had to hear while they're in college, it's ludicrous what these professors tell the kids. It's just indoctrination upon indoctrination upon, and you cannot say anything because they will fail your kid. They will figure out any way to fail them. All right, so you have to just keep your mouth shut.
No, or you fight.
Or you have to pull them out and go somewhere else or something.
Or you fight. That's the problem. People that keep their mouth shut. See, right. I'm completely opposite of this dude.
Well, see, and the problem is the fish stinks from the head. Right? So what happens is it's not the teachers. It's not like you can say, okay, this teacher is a complete prick, so we're going to go to administration.
So you go
the
for
administration is the whole freaking problem.
Right. But if
those
people,
are the one.
If
that's
people
the problem.
shut up, that's the problem. That's why
absolutely.
We are where we are, because people always try to take the high road. When you're not playing on the same field, you can't take the high road. Okay, stop.
So what we had to do is actually bring our daughters back into reality. When they slowly started drinking the Kool-Aid, we brought them back. They drank the Kool-Aid, we brought them back. I mean, there was a time.
That's why it starts at home. And like the problem is parents do not today want to take responsibility. I don't care, get mad. It's true. People want, to entertain their kids with other stuff because they don't want to really parent. Like when our parents parented us, it was like we were latchkey kids and we had to take care of ourselves. But if we stepped out of line or something,
there was a leather
oh
belt.
My God, you were
that thing would
stepping
hurt.
back in line real quick and in a hurry. But it starts at home.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when one of them was in school and something happened. We won't get into exact details. They literally handed out cry blankets. And they were all in the center square of the school.
Well, that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. And they were all crying together because something had happened. There was
Yeah.
All
right.
Anyways, so.
Let me get back to these
Yes, get
questions.
back. You see? I went down the rabbit's hole.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Ah, William, they are selling Starlink at Costco.
Yeah.
Really?
They are, yeah.
Bill McConnell
Walmart,
at
I think.
JCristina is the next best thing. Moby Connected. There are great rural internet choices besides Starlink that has
Facts.
fast speeds and real usage people support.
Yeah. You can use Verizon Home Internet. You can use, that's 5G or 4G or LTE, Verizon Home Internet. You can use AT&T Internet Air. I don't recommend AT&T because they're assholes. And then you can also use T-Mobile Home Internet, which I have also. Right now, we're broadcasting live with T-Mobile Home Internet and Starlink combined, bonded together using Speedify.
All right. Hunter, I live in an area where I get zero cell service and no internet. I went to Starlink and it started amazing 150 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's regularly 30 and 10. My location pop is in Africa. That's crazy.
Where are you located? Where did he say he was located? In the U.S. or where?
He didn't.
Okay, let us
say.
know where you're located. Because if you have a pop in Africa...
It just says I live in an area where I get zero cell
Okay, so
service,
if you're getting a pop, a point of presence, if you guys don't know what a pop is, if you got a pop out of in Africa, you had to be in a country real close, or in Africa, or close to Africa. Let me know, because if you're not, then it's screwed up and you need to have that fixed.
All right. Phil's camping. Hello, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
DG, Starlink Global Mess lends credence how the word of God will reach everyone worldwide.
There you go.
Everyone can get it now in Gen 3. Hunter, they won't change it. Sadly, Phil, question, is it worth purchasing the Gen 3 router if you're using a separate mesh system?
No, it's really not. Because the new router is going to give you Wi-Fi 6E instead of Wi-Fi 6, which gives you added security and also gives you some added speed and a few extra nodes. Anyways, the bottom line is no. If you're going to use a mesh network that's going to be outside of Starlink, don't bother. You're fine with the version 2.
Dano Man. Hey, J-Man, just dropping by to say hello, my friend.
you
About
doing?
to have a make dinner and giving a high five before heading off.
Awesome.
Moby
Thank
Connected. Lastly, if Starlink went bankrupt without funding, that's a great thing.
There you go. So for some reason, I don't think that Starlink would go bankrupt. I think Elon Musk would bankrupt Twitter before Starlink, because Starlink, out of all of his companies, I've said this 20 months ago, now 25 months ago, Starlink will be the cash cow of all of Musk's ventures. I don't care what it is. It could be your Tesla. It could be your brain implant. It doesn't make I don't care. You can go through any of his businesses. The bottom line is SpaceX Starlink will make the majority, the lion's share. So they ain't going anywhere. All right. It's only going to grow. It's going to get bigger, more powerful. That's just the way it is. But Twitter, if all the advertisers decide to pull because they're boycotting, he will let that thing go belly up. And I can promise you, he don't give a shit, and he won't sell it. He will literally shut the damn door. And he said this, and he would let the world decide who was at fault. And that would be the end of it. He'll just shut it down. He really doesn't care about the 55 million billion that he's out. This really doesn't matter. That'll come back in a few years. It's not about the money to him. So yeah, I would be more concerned about seeing Twitter go belly up, or X, let's call it. Sorry.
Okay. Ian said, I just watched Tucker on X with Alex Jones. Interesting. Brian, what's the occasion for going live, or is there one?
every Friday, or we try every Friday at 8:30 Eastern. We try to go live just to hang out and talk
I'm
with you
just
guys.
here. I am not a tech person. I'm just here for support and to help Joe answer your guys' questions and add, I don't know,
She's
some
beautiful.
craziness.
I'm ugly, and you have to see my mug all week long. So to have something refreshing is definitely better than listening.
Thank you. What
It's,
a guy.
it's the facts. It is what it is. So.
Let's see. Question. John wants to know, the earring in your ear mean anything? Means he's a badass from back in the day.
This has been my. This is what, onyx, I think it is.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't really mean anything. Nothing specific. I like black. I like onyx. I like the whole. I like black dark stuff. That's how I've always been. So, but yeah, nothing specific.
Brian, Elon is a genius, but he does have certain intellectual deficits.
Always, absolutely.
Everybody does.
He's got Asperger's, doesn't he? I'm almost positive he does have it.
I
So
really don't
to
know.
me, whenever, or even like a savant, for example, they will be really good at one thing and then poor at something else, right? They might be amazing at playing the piano or at figures or whatever, but then when it comes to socialization, not really there. So, it's a give and take type of thing. You're not going to get someone that's absolutely perfect.
Yes.
So
none of us are.
no.
DG agree Elon is the best. Mike Hallmark, he said he had no internet until he got Starlink.
Wow.
So that's a
Congrats.
good
Congrats.
thing. Dano man, people are horrible these days. That's what we were talking about earlier. We're kind of behind.
Yeah, that's all right. That's true,
John,
though.
she looks great today. Thanks, John. James loves the verbs. I'm there for you. Bill, term limits would be great. Moby Connected. I think what people are missing here is there's another internet that works anywhere in the USA besides SL. And I'm certain it absolutely does. But for people like me and Joe, who even with the options that were out there, they did not work. And to have SL finally come through for us was life-changing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
absolutely life-changing. Just to actually be able to have high-speed internet access when, like I just said, we had AT&T complete shit Uverse at 15 megs down and 1.5 megs up, is just, to be able to get what we have now is just, it's literally life-changing because you could do anything, right? And people that don't have it, they don't realize until when they have it. And then when they have it, they're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, like, we knew it was bad,
Yeah.
but we really were like, it was life-changing, really.
I knew that I had to have it, and I put in a pre-order 9 months before we got it. And I used to wait and look every month, when is it coming? When is it coming? And it finally showed up at the end of the driveway. We have like a 200 or 300 foot driveway. They literally put it at the end of the driveway. Anyone could have stole it if I didn't see it. But anyways, it was there. We got it. I set it up, and we still are using it with what is it? 25 months later, no problem. So
Okay, moving along. DG, amazing that the government begged Elon to help Ukraine with Starlink, yet they don't support his efforts. I know, isn't that funny how that works?
and thank God that Elon now they have Star Force, right? I think it's called Star Force. Yeah. Anyways, instead of it being Starlink, it's Star Force, I believe. And then what it is, it's a subsidiary or division where the government can actually use Starlinks and do with them as they will. So instead of Elon having to get into geopolitics, which he doesn't need to get involved in, he could just defer it to Star Force and say, there you go, you deal with it. Okay, so will he still do the humanitarian stuff? Yes, but when it starts getting more into military type things and issues, he's not going to deal with it anymore. He's going to be like, there you go, take care of it.
Brian, Storm Thurman was the poster boy for term limits. Dianne Feinstein, SP ? Was another. Yes,
There's
absolutely.
so many.
Tim Engelhard, yes. Real Nikon Lover, we need Logan's Run in Congress. Star Chamber.
Holy
boom.
God, do you remember that? Do you remember the little crystal, Logan's Run?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, because we're old.
I don't remember it.
I'm older than you. don't freaking just get. Let me see if I
Hunter,
can find Logan's
absolutely facts regarding Congress. John, I don't think the president should hire this guy. They only get the party they are in at the time. I mean, It happens on both sides.
Yeah.
Real Nikon Lover, it's okay. There are old folks on SCOTUS. Just don't legislate from the bench. True.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
God. Okay, question. Jay Gudmunder. If a fiber connection becomes available, does one still need Starlink as a backup connection? I.e., how reliable is fiber?
Yeah, so there's people that we know from the show that had Starlink for a long time. It was good. They got fiber. They shut down Starlink. They went 100% with fiber. And within about a month or two, they came back to Starlink. They contacted Starlink. And within 2 or 3 hours, they turned Starlink back on and they were back using Starlink. But having I personally do not believe, I always believe in the 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is where you want to be, right? So you should have at least, if you can afford 2 different internet connections, I would say have 2. Because now you have stuff like Verizon or T-Mobile, whereas if you have a T-Mobile phone, you could literally have unlimited internet instead of $50 a month, what I pay, for like $35 a month for unlimited internet. That's nothing, right? So having fiber and having your Starlink is not a bad thing if you can afford it. If you can't, I understand. But yes, I would have some type of backup if your internet is important to you. Like for me, it's very important. I don't want to go down while we're having this conversation. It's raining outside. If I didn't have Speedify bonding the 2 connections together with Starlink and T-Mobile, we would probably go down, even with T-Mobile, even with Starlink. It doesn't matter. So yes, I always like some type of backup.
So one of your daughters chimed in and she just wanted you to know that she was not having no hot cocoa or drinking no Kool-Aid of any sort. And that she was with us at a certain rally to make things great again. So
there was a rally that happened.
So she wanted you to know
and
that was not her.
And there was crying blankets and crying thing. I know.
You need to get it straight.
I know.
See? Oh, called out. His own kids.
No, I like it. It's good. So this is Logan's run. Let me see. Just so you can get an idea on how old.
I don't remember that at all. I don't
You
ever
don't
remember seeing
it?
that ever.
Oh my God. Let me see. Let me see if there it is. Logan's. Oh, let me show you guys. Let's see.
It looks like mannequin people.
Just stop. It's not mannequin people. Look.
No, I'm just saying the look of the 70s was like mannequin people.
So I wonder if you can see their arms. This is. So on there, they had like this thing where they had this like jewel or this jade looking thing like on their arm. Yeah, this was like from the 80s, I believe, or 70s.
80s? That looks like 70s. Look, it says 19 something.
Yeah, it's probably the 70s.
That's so 70s.
Yep, 76. All right, I'm old. Anyways, Logan's Run was very, very interesting. It's like another one of those. It's like another one of those things like reading this book back here.
All right.
1984.
Let's move along now.
Go ahead.
Wait, I lost. I was going to read. Oh, okay. Peter was answering someone asked if you were in the army, so he just answered by saying wrestler. Phil's camping. Sounds like Australia. We were supposed to have fiber to our home 13 years ago. Still to this day, we don't have it.
Hold on. If you go and look up my address right now on the same website that I used 12 to 15 years ago, the same link, it will say it's coming soon. Not be bong. It says coming soon. It said coming soon now for 15 years. No lie.
Well, Scott from South Carolina said my
13?
house. No, that was Phil's camping. Scott from South Carolina said my house is 23 years old. I got Starlink residential, and then a few months later, Spectrum came into our neighborhood.
There you go.
See? Well, I mean, you'll have options, right?
Okay, guys, look. The bottom line is fiber is the future. Okay, fiber is still going to be it. You're not going to beat fiber for the most part. Now, not in all situations, but remember, when there's 42,000 satellites above, and you have low Earth orbiting satellites that have a interaction, right, of about 8 milliseconds, that's very similar to fiber, okay? So it's a great backup a non-terrestrial backup. Because, like, for example, here's a good example. Like, if something goes wrong, right, with your fiber connection, that satellite is still there. As long as you're not depending on anyone besides the satellite, basically, right? And your POPs or your nodes or your other connections, right? So to me, I like having the backup, but yeah, it's just difficult. I think fiber is something that you should get if you can get it, but test it out for a month or two and then get rid of it if it doesn't work out. That's really about it. I like to have duplicate of everything.
Okay, so Diamond Dave, I believe they are after his followers and genius inventions and the people he surrounds himself with, dedicated people.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's true. James Peterson, after what I've had, no money problems, meaning the cost, obviously, of Starlink.
Yeah, exactly.
Phil's camping, blow up like the real one. I'm assuming your little
Yes.
toy here.
Yeah.
Robert said a good audio and video.
Awesome. Thank you, Robert.
Peter Madsen. Peter. He got an advertisement break right now.
Oh,
which
I'm
was
sorry.
a little bit ago. But,
if you get an advertising break, hit cancel, hit skip.
Ian, I understand the people in communities try to get around the telcos and cable companies blocked it.
That happens all the time. They did the same thing here. Horrible, absolutely freaking horrible. We were supposed to have fiber many, many moons ago, and then AT&T didn't want to do it. Prior to that, Comcast wanted to come in here and run cable to all the homes. But these idiots that were located in this area said, no, we don't need it. We have these 12-foot dish that we point up at the stars, and we get, 52 channels from Russia. I don't know, right? They said we don't need it. Then when I wanted to get it, I said, Comcast, can you run me a cable? They don't want it, but I want it. They're like, okay, let's go ahead and do a cost assessment. It was $52,800 for them to run me a cable to get Comcast.
But some
Are
people...
you freaking kidding me? This is honest, God honest truth.
But when we could have had it for free, some people wanted their big
dish,
dishes.
big ass dish for nothing. Yeah. And this is what happens. Yep.
All right. Well,
ass
Phil,
tards.
Those are fucktards.
Those aren't ass tards. They're just fucktards. Yeah.
Phil's camping. Elon is awesome. Oh, Low Tech Greg.
Low Tech Greg, how you doing, bud?
You need to do some stop motion graphics with this fabulous toy to insert in your vids. I think that's a good idea.
I'm gonna build a launch pad for it and just have the torch
God.
come out of it and just have it do it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh man.
Maybe I'll have Alex build like a Lego one. I'll just melt the damn thing.
Oh my God. That's a lot.
All right, it's a lot. I won't do it. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see.
Wait, hold on. I lost my spot for a second.
Let's see. Low Tech Greg. Let's see here. Retirement, hobby farms, DIY, adventures. You are correct. Okay. Thank you.
There was an echo for a second. Okay, Mac998. Hey man, been watching your channel for a long time now. First time I've caught a live.
Awesome.
You married over your head.
Always.
Thank you for all your hard work. I really appreciate it. Well, we appreciate having you here.
Thank you for being here. Really
hanging
appreciate
out with us.
Do me a favor. If anyone is watching right now and they've never said anything in the chat, just put a little emoji or just say hello so we can recognize you, that you're here. That would be awesome. Yes. Absolutely awesome. Would really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Rubicon, yeah, Elon is the best. Have you driven a Tesla? I rented a Model 3 for a week after Thanksgiving and loved it.
Yeah, so I have not, but I mean, there's a ton of Teslas in the community. I have, like, for example, for me to get from here to our daughters, we probably wouldn't make it. Right? We would have to stop somewhere and So I think that Tesla or any type of battery operated an EV of any sorts, I think is fantastic, especially if you're doing close commuting. Within 100 miles coming back and forth, you're golden. But if you're going to do anything long, extended, I just don't want that angst, all right, of like charting where the next, fueling site is to get juice. And then you get there and you notice that it's shut down because something broke. Now what?
It's really expensive to fix stuff too, isn't it?
Nah, it's just
Well, I
mean,
know that some people are having
the
issues
batteries are expensive,
getting
yeah.
things fixed too. There's like weights and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I mean, I love the Tesla truck. That is badass. I watched it on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan took a compound bow. My wife shoots a bow and arrow. She loves that, but so you get it. A compound bow with like a stainless steel tip that like killed boar, like massive. And he drilled it into the side of the Tesla truck.
I mean, that is pretty cool.
To Cybertruck. And, he's like, this thing is going to go through. He's like, no, in your car, will go straight through the other side. It will not go through. It literally broke the stainless steel. It broke. It made a little nick and it shattered the thing.
That's amazing.
Then later they were going to shoot with a Tommy gun. Just to sit there to shoot. And it didn't. It's bulletproof.
That's awesome.
It's freaking nuts, right?
All right, Moby
Anyways.
Connected. Take a 555G LTE, bond them together. Travel with it. You got good internet all over the USA. We do it daily for huge companies, FYI, without SL used.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We used to do that 15 years ago. We used to work like a WPPI or Photo Plus Expo, whatever. Back in the day, you would get modems or basically these connections, bond them together, have a backpack, and be able to have an uplink and go live. That's how we used to podcast way back in the day, and we get a booth and whatnot. So yeah, that is a viable option. And I would suggest if you were to do that, guys, get 3 different cell providers. You have 3, bond the 3 different ones together. So no matter if one goes down, it doesn't matter. A lot of people will come back to me and they'll say, hey, if I buy 2 SpaceX Starlinks, will I be safe? Will I have better connectivity? The problem is if one goes down, chances are 90%, 95%, the other one will go down too. Because either you have some type of obstruction, or maybe it's wind and rain, or maybe there's simply a service outage. So have multiple service providers. My personal opinion.
All right. Jose De Leon from
How you doing, Jose? Wow, from Puerto Rico. How's it going?
True words of wisdom, Joe. Nikola Tesla had the same gorilla on his back, J.P. Morgan and Thomas Edison.
Facts, and more facts. Thank you for that, Jose.
Dano Man.
You're 100% correct.
Every coin has 2 sides. The edge doesn't do anything until the coin is spun, temporarily anyways. So true.
Absolutely.
Robert Varner, I got rid of cable, don't even watch TV anymore. Sounds familiar.
That works too, yeah.
Jeff, I always called it you worst. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Retirement hobby. I have a friend and nephew who own Teslas. They love them. It doesn't really help the environment, but as someone who loves gadgets, it would be fun to own one if I could afford one.
I'm glad that you understand that a Tesla or any EV does not help the environment. So many people don't get that.
A lot of people don't get that.
But if you see that... Okay,
but it makes them feel warm and fuzzy.
Yes, but if you see it and you get why, and if someone in the chat doesn't get why, explain it to them. It's pretty straightforward. Anyways.
All right, question from D. Clark. Why do so many say that $120 is steep or overpriced? My last 2 bills were $120 flat. If Windstream told me $120, there would be $60 plus the taxes and fees, and I get $40 to $50.
No, it's true. It is true. It is true. What you're getting, unlimited internet, anywhere, anytime, it's for $120. It's a pretty damn good deal. Do I think it should be or could be cheaper? I think so. I think we're going to see, unlike other companies that continuously raise rates, I think we're going to see a lowering of rates to some people in 2024.
I hope so.
Remember what I'm saying.
I hope they do that
Write
for
it down.
groceries too.
Groceries.
Yeah.
$100, and you get like a cup of tea, and you get like
No,
you get dinner.
$100 got me 2 bags half full yesterday.
Yeah, you're like.
I mean,
you don't even need to like
just,
have our
right.
son go get the groceries. No, it's like $100, and you got 2 bags. There it is.
James Peterson, been with since beta in Alberta. Tried all others. Cost versus results, no contest.
Yeah.
Brian, my cry blanket is in the washer right now. Well, you better put it in the dryer.
Yeah. Especially with all those tears on that cry blanket.
DG.
HughesNet sucked.
DG,
Yes.
you guys are funny. Well, we try.
Thank you.
To keep you guys entertained at least for a little
Just
bit.
so you guys know, HughesNet, when someone said HughesNet sucks, basically HughesNet and Viasat are the old satellite providers before Elon Musk that have geocentric satellites or geo-rotating satellites that are at like 20,000 kilometers in comparison to like 500 kilometers of Elon Musk. Hence why it's such a big difference when it comes to latency, low latency, and speed. I won't get into it because if not, I'll get kicked 3 times, but I'll leave it at that.
I'm here for you guys.
Okay.
Peter, question. This has to do with parenting.
Yes.
I can remember I got an ass whooping if I did something wrong. Literally ass whooping right
Ass
there with
whooping,
you.
yeah.
Action, reaction.
Your ass is red. You don't do it again.
Low Tech Greg. Love you guys for your parental views.
Now, how is it? Honey, let's just have, we're just going to have a talk, all right?
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
You know, what did I used to tell the kids? I used to tell the kids, this is not a democracy.
No.
This is a dictatorship.
This
will hit you so hard, your soul is going to fall out.
But that's how it is now. It's like, we're going to have a strong talking to. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's just craziness. Yeah. It's just craziness. And that's why the kids are damn nuts today. They didn't get no damn ass whipping. I don't know.
You're so mean. Don't be mean.
That's not mean. Is that mean? I'm the guy that says bring back bullying. I'm getting the fucking shirt.
I'm kidding. That's what I'm just. Oh my God.
Don't be mean.
Jeff Henderson. Amen.
How you doing, Jeff?
On the starts at home, we have become a
Facts.
soft society of not my fault. You got that right, because they no responsibility for their actions as parents either. They suck. Hunter, I am located in Las Vegas, New Mexico. He was talking about his pop was in Africa.
You're in Mexico and your pop is in Africa. All right, so that's broken. And you need to reach out to Starlink and have that fixed, because that is a problem. There's something going on. Whoever you bought this thing from, I would first do a hard reset on it. If you have a generation 1, there's a reset button on the bottom. If you have a generation 2, unplug it and plug it back in 6 times quickly. Don't ask me why. It's stupid. Okay, but that's how you do it. It will reset itself and see if that clears it up. If it doesn't, go in the description of this video that you're seeing right now, and there is a complaint email address directly to SpaceX, right? Use that address. Give them all of your information. Don't mince words.
Don't mince.
Don't mince. Tell them their shit is fucked up because you're in Mexico and you have a POP, a point of presence located in Africa.
What is that?
That's busted. And that's why you're probably having the shit time of it, because you must have latency of like 100 plus milliseconds or something nuts. So anyways, hopefully that helps. Let me know in the next live. I would love to hear about it.
Moby Connected. We are veteran owned also and USA patriots who love this country. We are not libtards, LOL. And we are glad you're here, and we are here for the conversation and all the things. So it's a good
Free
thing.
Speech Friday. Say what you want.
Brian, the word of God, LOL. Oh, geez. Brian, here we go.
Brian, oh, shit.
Jose, yes, I know. From Puerto Rico. ¿Cómo está todo el mundo en Puerto Rico? Feliz Navidad y próspero año nuevo a todos. Brian, see you later. Gotta go. Okay, bye.
Brian.
Robert, I never liked Disney. Disney and douche both start with a D. Yes, double D. That's a good one.
Disney, my God.
Hunter, technically, Roquiara, New Mexico, and the mountains. Starlink has been a lifesaver. Just need to work through these issues. Elon is doing amazing work. John, right now I have T-Mobile and Starlink. My T-Mobile is buffering in the rain. My Starlink is working number. Is a working number, I guess?
Yeah, it's working.
Tom DeClue. You guys are great. Keep up the entertainment and education.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. Scott from South Carolina. I predict that X will be a combination of PayPal and Amazon-like services.
Yeah, X will be. You are 100% right. X is not going to be Twitter. X is going to be a combination. Remember, Elon Musk invented PayPal. Then he sold it.
I don't think a lot of people know
that
or remember
it.
that.
So he
no one remembers anything. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like we spontaneously appeared in like the year 2000 or 2005. Right, yeah, and like nothing before that
Anything
exists.
before that never existed.
Like, and nothing was great before that either. No. Only from like 2000, 2005 now.
Are you speaking like millennials?
No, I would never.
Oh, okay.
Because they're the best. Robert Varner, I like calculus.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I love calculus in college. I didn't have a problem with it at all.
I liked art.
And I went to art school too.
But that's not true. I did like some math because I do like accounting and bookkeeping. I don't,
Yeah, I was
don't
like
know.
the exact opposite. You have the people that are like very artistic, right? So I always was into art. I ended up going to the Fort Lauderdale Art Institute, right, for commercial art, advertising design, and photo, video, and graphic production and stuff like that. But then I also went to college and I did trig and calculus and all the rest of the stuff. Went for child psychology, and then also in the computer field. Ended up owning a computer company for 13 years, software company. So yeah, kind of done a lot of different things.
Yeah, we have.
Jesus,
John,
I still don't know I still do not know what I want to be when I grow up.
Me either.
It's the truth.
That's what keeps you moving, though, right?
Yeah, because I'll never grow up.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, John Wolf. Question: I mount to move my DVD movies to my Plex. Do I only have to move it from my computer to Plex library?
No, for the most part, yeah. I mean, so if you have a Plex server, you could just move everything to your Plex server, and then you should be able to not necessarily mount, but log into that Plex server from anywhere on your local area network, anywhere on your LAN. I was going to do a video on that. It might be something that I can look into doing, because Plex is really cool, and you can run them just about on just a piece of junk, pretty much, computer, and it will run pretty well.
All right, Boba Milk Tea Starlink
Cody,
is
there's a
for
bunch of different ones you can use. Go ahead.
Boba Milk Tea Starlink is for rich people.
Yes, it is for rich people.
That's what people say. Adrian and Ruth, hello guys. Just
Hey, how you
finished
doing?
our Coquito live.
Come on.
Made it
We
with
want some.
screwball and was delish.
Holy shit.
That
Remember
sounds
we were
really
talking
good.
about that.
Yeah, that sounds really yummy.
Okay, we're
Enjoy.
gonna,
Cheers.
yes, we're gonna have to do like a coquito with some
Yeah.
just to have it once with screwball. That'd be kind of cool.
Phoenix Farms, the Boring Company is his cash cow since it will be the first successful space mining company.
It's a good point. It is a good point, but I mean, for right now, to get that mining to happen on the asteroids, to get him to create a space station on the moon to then launch from the moon to Mars, is going to be funded by Starlink, by SpaceX. That's my personal opinion.
All right, Baron, you mean Space Force.
Space Force, yes. Yes. Space Force.
Jay, I started with 300 baud modem connecting to BBS. You could watch individual characters show up on screen, and guess what next word was?
Yep. I ran a bulletin board, a BBS, for many years back in the day on like 12 300 baud, 1200 baud, and 2400 baud modems later. So yeah, I know all about it.
Last call news. Just to let you know, JC, I am in New Mexico, and it's $60 a month for Starlink.
Awesome.
It's very good speed, no problems at all. And yes, your wife is definitely very beautiful, and your mug is ugly. God bless. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
John, Chain has put a space gas ship in space now. Oh, China.
Oh, China? Yeah.
China.
Yeah. I heard something about that. If you have a link on that, send that to me. I would like to do a little bit more on that. People don't understand how far ahead China is. China is, they're not as, let's say they're not close to Elon Musk, okay, period. But they are working on it, number one. They are far exceeded Bezos and his freaking stupid Project Kuiper, which is a joke, with his 2 satellites. And they just last week, he was just so happy that the 2 satellites were communicating through lasers. It's like, are you kidding, bud? I mean, that's what Starlink has been doing for a year and a half now, with thousands of satellites, and you got 2 to communicate.
All right.
Got a ways to go.
Mach 998. Star Force just got 800 mil more expensive. James Peterson, question, still on beta Gen 1, happy. Should I up to 3? Wi-Fi not an issue.
Yeah, so if Wi-Fi is not an issue, just stick with Generation 1. For me, the only reason I would go to a Generation 3, which is the upgrade to Generation 1, is to get the Wi-Fi 6E, right? That's number 1, which is kind of nice. And that gives you the added security. It also gives you like added nodes, let's say added connections, but you also get a bit of a performance. I would say probably about 25, 30, 40% increase in speed. And that is only if you're going to be transferring data through Wi-Fi. A lot of people will just plug in through an Ethernet port anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The Generation 3 is very similar to a Generation 1, whereas it does have a PoE injector. The Generation 3 also has 2 Ethernet ports on the back, which Generation 2 doesn't. You have to get a dongle for it to have an Ethernet port, and it has a reset button, whereas the Generation 2 doesn't. Generation 1 does. But if you have a Generation 1 and Wi-Fi is not a problem for you because you're using a third party, don't upgrade. You don't need to. It's a waste. Wait for Generation 4.
Yes.
Also, one other thing, DC. It's my understanding with the Generation 3, you can do DC to DC. And if that's the case, if you are in an RV or something like that, that's a big savings of electricity. Because when you go from DC to AC through an inverter, you're losing power. So if you can go straight DC into it through DC, you are golden. So keep that in mind also. Depends on what your use case is. Hopefully that helps.
Robert Varner, Arthur C. Clarke predicted all this decades ago. Dragon Eggs question. I'm on my second Gen 2 dish and router. First one crapped out after 3 months. Easy, no hassle replacement by Starlink. Anyone else have equipment failure?
Yeah, we've had ours for 25 months so far with no failure, knock on wood. So I guess it just depends. There's always going to be a lemon. But just like you said, no problem getting the equipment that did fail replaced. And that's what we have found too. A lot of you guys that are hanging out with us that have a problem, they're like, Starlink just sent me a whole nother kit. And it's amazing how they knew. So they would call in or they would write in and they would be like, yes, we see that you have a problem. It's like, how the hell do you know that? Because there's obviously some type of comms that go on, some type of communications, and they know when there's a problem. And they just send out a whole new kit. So it's pretty good. They're definitely good when it comes like that. Customer service sucks when it comes to Starlink. Sucks. That's why we're here. I am customer service.
83 Jeep. Cannot get the big 3 4G, 5G home internet in my area. Just found out Straight Talk may be my only backup to Starlink for the near term.
I mean, anything,
Sorry.
yeah, anything, any kind of backup is good. Straight Talk, whatever. Straight Talk is just, I think Straight Talk is coming off, Verizon or something? All of those, Mint and all the rest of those, right? They're all coming off the main 3 anyways. That's where they're getting their data. They're getting their data on leftovers, right? So you're going to be slower if there is some type of congestion. That's just the way it is. Doesn't matter what of those 3rd, 6th, 5th, 10th party that are doing it. So.
Ian, cell phone internet is not unlimited. Uses a hotspot only on phone.
Exactly. And then once you go over that amount, either they throttle you back when they call it unlimited, because it's really not. As soon as you go over 25 gig, 50 gig, whatever that set number is, boom, you go down to like 3G service. And the thing is, shit's going so slow that they can't even analyze what a problem is because they can't even get in. So yeah.
Okay.
Big problem with that.
Moby
I hate it.
Connected. Just wanted to say that I don't wish bad on anyone, but Elon does rub many the wrong way.
Absolutely.
Yes, highly intellectual people lack swag to be liked by many. That is
Absolutely the
true.
case. And that's why I always say, like, whenever he does something that just doesn't make sense, I'll call him out on it too. I'll tell you what it is. So, yeah, but absolutely, I agree 110%.
Real Nikon, my house built in 1962, and we are still waiting for fiber. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh my God!
I think that boat sailed.
I think you're gonna be waiting a little bit.
William, fiber is the cat's meow. Wish I could get 1G down and 1G up.
Me too. I would love a gigabit connection. I'll take it all day long.
Robert, Elon is a space alien. Could be.
Could be. He says that aliens don't exist. I don't know, or has he never seen them? But.
Piney Woods, kudos to Starlink, or kudos
to
Starlink service department. My internet went down and I tried to get it back up for a couple hours. I put in a trouble ticket, answered several questions and pictures 1 hour later. Wow, that's really good.
1 hour. They're
I think
getting
it's
better.
like hit or miss.
No, I think they're getting better.
Well, that's good. Ian, most on chat would be dead if Logan's run 30, you die.
Could you imagine? God, Logan's run.
That's
I mean, yeah,
funny.
they would all be dead. It was one of those things. You would go into like this thing, and you would have like this chip, and it would know. I don't know if it knew your age. If anyone remembered the Logan Run theory or the reason behind it, you had like this crystal, and then you would go into this chamber, and if you were like a certain age or a certain something, you would start spinning around, and it would just explode you.
Yeah.
That was it. You're gone.
All right. Either that or Elon gets his shit together and gets us faster up, according to William.
I would love to see that, because when I started just after beta, I was getting like about 35 to 40 30 megabits up, right? 35 megabits up, and about 300 to 315 megabits down. So we know that it's available. The reason we're not getting it is because of saturation and the amount of people now that are on it. So as we get more satellites, we can definitely get that speed again.
Okay, Jose, I got fiber here from Liberty and has worked great for me. 100 megabytes for $49.9 because I
Cheap.
get SS benefits.
That's awesome. That is good.
Radioactive Texan, the only fiber we get out here is in fiber cereal.
Yeah.
Well. Phil's camping. I got a pamphlet in the mailbox 4 weeks ago that says construction work commencing in my area. Still nothing. Same thing happened 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Mine says coming soon, 15 years later. Still says coming soon.
Retirement hobby and farm, same where I live in South Alabama. No fiber except for this cereal. Starlink is great for us. Dana man, I'm on DSL and way behind. LOL, off for dinner, y'all. Have a wonderful evening, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Mike, exclamation mark.
Yes. How you doing, Mike? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. That's Mike Hallmark.
Yes, Tim Engelhardt. They should have used some of the government money to bring you cable. Oh my gosh, a long time
Could you
ago.
imagine?
That's way too. You're asking.
$52,800 for me to get cable at my home.
Last call news. Hello. John Wolf, a guy is making a 3D printer that has both spaceships you can buy.
That's pretty cool.
Bob Askew.
He will be
hello
sued
from Panama.
he'll be sued in short order. I mean, you can't do a 3-dimensional replica and then, I don't know how long. They'll probably analyze on how many he sells. If he sells too many of them, he'll get sued.
Bob Askew. Hello from Panama.
Hello,
Good evening.
Panama.
Honey
Cool.
Badgers. Good evening, all.
How you doing, Honey Badgers?
Comcast is available for people about 10 miles away from me, and their system is always down. This service is not available in my area. I'm happy with Starlink.
There you go.
Gary Hammond. Hey, from Ottawa, Canada.
How you doing, Gary?
Jake3119 doing great job. Thanks, Jakey. Or Jackie.
Jackie. There you go, guys. You can
Phil's
see some of the chat going through.
13 years ago, there were 2 days away from installing fiber in my street. All the
And they
trucks
said,
were down
"Psych!"
the street with the tolls of fiber. We had an election on Saturday, changed government acts. Oh my God, that's
Holy
horrible.
shit, that's good. They're like, here is the fiber right here, guys. But you can't have it.
Yeah.
And they put it back away.
Ricky Young. Ricky Young, watching from New Mexico. Hello.
How you doing, Ricky?
Vendetta Fiend. Clifford Williams. Hi. From North MS. DPOI123. Hello.
How are you
Kenneth
doing?
McLeod. Hello.
Cleo,
From
how you
Indiana.
doing? Indiana. Thank you for being here.
Mike Hallmark. Ever seen a Tesla catch fire? LOL. They are hell to put out.
I could
Yes.
imagine. Lithium and all the rest of the chemicals. I'm sure it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Barbara Webster. Hello.
How you doing,
And
Barbara?
Daniel Kirk.
How are you doing?
Ian, your wife, Hunger Games? You have no idea.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Jeffrey, hi. Thanks for all the great Starlink content.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Explorer 867, we live in a small town, Central Oregon, and have Verizon service. The service sucks, and we've been looking to Starlink Mobile as we travel in camp remote areas. We've been watching and learning. That's awesome.
For traveling, there's nothing better than Starlink, period. Because when you go with Verizon, if you go with T-Mobile, if you go with AT&T or something, you are reliant on the towers. If there's no towers near you, you don't have any coverage, and then you're relying on the RV parks, Wi-Fi, and usually that sucks shit. right? So get a Starlink. Is definitely, you'll thank me, is definitely worth it. Let me just say real quick that if you guys have any questions, put a Q before the question. Also, you can put an @JCristina. It'll pop out a lot easier. So go ahead and do that. That would be awesome.
Trey Dunn, my second live chat, watched many of your Starlink videos and got Starlink to replace my Hughes net. Congratulations.
Wow.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for your SI knowledge.
Thank
SL.
you. Appreciate it.
John, I'm making a solar powered backup for my Starlink and TV.
Good idea. Really good idea.
Last call news, I'm in Tijuana. I also went with T-Mobile HomeNet and Starlink because of work. I get service from the corner of Mexico to Tijuana, right on the line of the U.S.
Sweet.
Ian, a MoFi? Wi-Fi will do it, I believe. Okay.
Yeah.
Scott from South Carolina, I see in a Tesla crash test, the battery catches fire. I'm not down with being cooked alive. No.
Kind of scary.
It is.
Yeah.
Starlink gives me the fastest internet service in Sedan, Kansas. That's from
Kansas.
Bruce.
There you go. Thank
Flying
you for that,
Pretzel.
Bruce. Flying Pretzel is here.
You sparking Starship? Did you get some butane?
I actually did buy some butane about a week before it came. So it is ready to go. So I'm going to have to do a video with it. But I didn't fill it up yet. So that's coming soon to a theater near you.
Corinne Blair says, amen, amen, amen. Jose from Puerto Rico. Jose, yes, I am a Latina. I am also from Puerto Rico. My family's from Puerto Rico. He said, my mom had the belt and a flip-flop that was like a boomerang,
Chancleta.
una chancleta, and it went around corners as she never missed.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
And that shit hurts. I used to have the chancleta, but I also had the wooden spoon.
You did not have no chancleta.
My mom used to beat my ass with that damn flip-flop.
She didn't wear no flip-flops.
You don't remember?
A Puerto
She's
Rican
still one of those
flip-flop is a Puerto Rican
same
flip-flop.
damn flip with the open toe. That shit freaking burns. That thing burns. And then the wooden spoon, she would send the wooden spoon. You would hear it go. And you would hear the wooden spoon as it's coming to you. It would be like... And then it would explode, like it would hit the wall and it'd be like two pieces. Then she'd be more pissed because the spoon that's supposed to cook pasta and shit is broken in half. Okay? This is not deniable. This is facts. Okay?
She denies it.
She will deny it. This is facts.
I'm proud.
Yeah, there's a lot of spoons that were broken in half. I can tell you that.
Gosh,
I used to run like a damn. I was horrible.
Oh my God. Phil's Camping says flip-flops are called thongs here.
There you go.
Dominic, somebody get me a Switch and it better be good. Yeah, that was my great-grandmother. Oh my God.
Yeah. It'd be like, go get my belt. Like, oh shit.
Moby
The
Connect.
belt's coming.
Moby Connected. This is the best live ever. Even if you get demonetized.
Yeah.
Demobilized later.
Yeah. Demonetized and demobilized.
Yeah, everything.
We're just fucked.
All the things. We're
all
here
those
for
things.
it. The new life. I live in the mountains of East Tennessee, big time college football fan. Plan is Starlink with YouTube TV and NHL. Plan to cover the addiction. Sound good?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. I did a video on using Starlink with Pure VPN. If you go to jcristina.com/VPN, I have a link there. You can use them directly like on an Apple TV or a Fire Stick, and then you can get programming, football let's say, in other states that are not broadcasting, or even if you're a football like soccer fan overseas, you can watch those football games, like a football game, a soccer game in, let's say, Brazil. You could log in through a server in Brazil and then watch through their local TV in Brazil, even though if we were to watch it here, we couldn't get it because it's blacked out, or we would have to pay, who knows, some ungodly amount to one of these agencies.
All right.
Let's call them.
John, I work at a school for 30 years. Felt sorry for the teachers. They couldn't tell a kid nothing if they did.
No.
The kids would go home and the teacher probably lost their job.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a like... Yeah, it's just, it's from one extreme to the other, you know?
There has to be a
back
happy
in the day,
medium.
you know, there was teachers that were way above
We would
passing.
get paddled.
Yeah.
We did
you
crazy
know?
ass shit. We would go to the principal.
I know, but like, would
and the
you let our
principal-
kids get paddled by
That's
someone?
what I'm saying. It's a different area.
You know,
It's different era,
there's-
different time.
I know,
like,
but
we
it's
would
not
go,
just the different times. I'm just saying, like, even when we would, if you got paddles, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's to me a little much. Like no one should touch your kid except for your kid.
Right,
But the thing is,
except
parents
yeah.
don't want to take responsibility for being a parent.
Yeah. So now we've gone the opposite way. When I was growing up, right, we had a paddle and it was like a wiffle freaking pad. The paddle had a ton of holes in it, so it could fly even faster. So you get your ass beat harder.
People would walk out of the
freaking holes and be like, oh
sideways.
God, oh God. Right? You're calling Jesus, right, to help you because your soul. Jesus came and your soul came out through that paddling, right? But now it's gone the other way, where the teachers are fearful that they're going to get their ass beat by the students or spit on or knifed or something, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this
out of balance.
world has gone upside down. Yeah. Literally within 30, 40 years, it's gone upside down. My opinion. I don't know.
Anyway, see, we went off into a tangent
again.
See,
this is what happens. Stop it. I'm going to kick you.
Adrian and
Ruth. Stop pulling my hairs when I take too long.
Pull your hair?
That's what you do. She pulls my hairs.
Why are you telling me to pull your hair?
All right.
Do you want me to kick you?
You kick me.
Adrian and Ruth said a virtual parranda tomorrow night. That would be so cool.
There you go.
For some of you guys that don't know what a parranda is, it's what is when they come to sing at your house?
Like
at Christmas.
Like a
caroling,
chorus, caroling. Yeah.
Latin, salsa, louder music.
You bring
alcohol,
out drinks.
The instruments,
the
guitars.
Let them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you go from person, same thing like caroling, but at a whole other level.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's caroling on crack.
Yes.
A lot of drunk people.
Yes. And you have to give them food or they won't.
Yeah, you bring
like
wine, give them drinks. Yeah, they'll keep going to
Jose, your wife is Latina. Oh yes. Jose said that I should get you pasteles and mofongo.
Yeah.
And I totally
should. We had the best mofongo when we were there in Puerto Rico
I know.
Years ago.
It's just a lot of work and I work a lot, so it's like it's a lot of work to make pasteles and mofongo, but it's so good.
And if it's done right.
Yeah.
Right.
Kevin Paul, how do you how do you bond T-Mobile Starlink?
So what I use is Speedify. I'm going to move this here. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can get this to happen. Hang in there 1 second here, guys. I will show you. So let me switch this over, see if that works. Yeah, so what I do, you see this right here? Does that pop up? It does. It's close enough. We'll get nice and close. So anyways, you see this right here? This is Speedify. So what this is, as you can see, it says streaming with bonding. All right. So we're bonding right now Ethernet, which is Starlink, and we're bonding. Ethernet is Starlink, and the T-Mobile is through Wi-Fi. So I'm bonding the two together, right, through Speedify. But what Speedify does differently than using, let's say, 90% of the routers, besides like a PepLink, Balance 20X or something like that, you're going to spend like $500, $600 or more. But what this does is through software, okay, it bonds the two connections together, and then it's bonding on a packet level, right, instead of a session level. So that means, like, if for example, if you were doing a Skype meeting and your Starlink went out, you lose it. You have to like re-log in, right? Because your session is broken. So when you try to re-log in, the number, let's call it, your session number is different because you're logging in. This is going on a packet level. So what it's doing, like, so right now it says streaming through bonding, right? That means that the Ethernet as well, or the Starlink and T-Mobile is doing well. If for some reason you see how there's 3 stars next to both of them? If one of them starts going a little bit funny, because you see it right now, it says redundantly, streaming redundantly. What that means is, instead of it streaming through the fastest service, what it's doing now is bonding, and it's sending the exact same packet, same bit by bit, to both of the connections. So Starlink and T-Mobile is getting the exact same data. It's mirroring it. That's hence redundant. So this way we never go down. All right. So that is the difference between a packet-based bonding and a session-based bonding. Most internet, let's say most routers will do session-based, and you don't want session-based. Hopefully that helped.
All right. Flying pretzel. What's the square root of pi?
There you go. We'll do it.
Phil's camping reviews. Doesn't eBay own PayPal now?
eBay? Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, he being Elon Musk, bought X.com back from them like a year ago or something, which is kind of interesting, right? Even though it was his, but yeah.
Low Tech Greg, you have
What is going on with these thumbs ups? If anyone's watching, any of you, hit a thumbs up if you're enjoying this, even a little bit. Hit
Share.
a thumbs up. Share. Friends, family, colleagues, anyone.
Yeah.
Share. Anyways.
Low Tech Greg, you have to grow old. You don't have to grow up. True. Facts.
Facts.
David, I think you should turn your fireplace monitor upside down and put your Starship on top. That's a great idea.
I like that. Yeah, well, that's a good idea.
Ian, you must be a Toys R Us kid, i.e. StarCraft model.
Actually, I was a Playworld kid. Look that up.
Oh, gosh. Okay, Adrian Ruth, we will bring you some coquito next week. There it is.
Yum.
Phil's camping reviews. Our toys just get more expensive as we go.
Absolutely. Get older,
we
toys
age.
get more expensive.
I'm still waiting. Not yet. Hopefully. Peter, how goes the studio tour video? Peter, it's just not
If you
going.
would see this freaking studio, you don't want
It's
a
a
tour.
mess.
It's
such a mess.
It's
I
chaotic.
mean, between all the stuff that Joe's doing, between, product orders and shipping and labeling, it's
been crazy. It really has. I need to get this place. Yeah, maybe during the holidays, I'll take a couple of days and just literally take a vacuum and just blow in reverse and blow everything out the front door and have like nothing left in here. It's just a lot.
Hunter, yes, thank you very much for the info. I'll do that and let you know what happens. My latency has averaged over 100.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Do you need equipment to bond lines?
You don't. You can do it software. I just talked about that. It's Speedify.
Okay.
Once again, if you want Speedify, if you want to check out that bonding thing, go to JCristina.com/speed. Once again, JCristina.com/speed, and you'll get a discount. I have like a discount code that they gave me way back. So definitely check that out. It's worth doing if you have two ISPs. JCristina.com/speed. If you want a VPN that you need for, let's say, your TV, or you just want a VPN for whatever, JCristina.com/VPN. Great folks over there also.
Right. Phil's camping. I get faster Starlink speeds going through my mesh system Wi-Fi than I do with the Gen 2 router. I often run speed tests comparing the two. My mesh is always faster.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's not true. Not that you're wrong. I think that it's wrong. I think it's just screwed up. When I do like Wi-Fi tests, they'll come back as like quicker than doing Ethernet. It does weird stuff. I don't go by any of it. I'll do like, if I need to do a speed test to see what my actual speed is going out to a server somewhere, I'll just use like Ookla, and I'll set up a server, let's say in Miami, and then I'll test it in Georgia, and then I'll test one like in California, see what the latency is, see what the jitter is. If you don't know what jitter is, look it up. That's very important. And then see what the speeds are. That's what I do.
Okay. Tim, I use Planet app for my mobile internet. That's the only internet I have. Okay.
Planet app. Interesting.
I think, or PD Planet, I don't know.
Okay.
Danet, I don't know. PDA Net app.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is.
Okay. 83 Jeep. No problems with my equipment for 18 months.
No, there you go.
John, what you told me about Plex is great. I've been watching YouTube videos and haven't got to that question answered. Great, guys. You did do a great upgrade with your wife. Okay, thanks. Chris, I had cable.
You should have seen my first wife.
Really?
She was amazing. Absolutely amazing. She's my only wife.
No, I died.
We've been married as of this year for 3 decades.
Good God.
30 years.
You have no idea.
Can you imagine this?
No idea.
Holy shit. I don't know how you put up with me.
I don't know, but I'm still here.
Still there.
Chris Pilgrim, I had a cable die and they sent me a new cable and modem. I have 2 setups,
Wow,
and
see?
the second one was probably the cable as well, but they sent us a full setup. Great.
That's what they do. When you have a bad cable, they'll send you like a full kit. It's like, what is that? I don't even get it, but they do that. That's 100% true.
Phil said, I think with Speedify, make sure the server's nearby. I tried Speedify and it didn't work for me. The nearest server is 1,000 kilometers away.
There's a problem right there. Yeah. Yeah. You have to see. And that holds true with all VPNs out there. Remember, a VPN is going to slow down your service by a little bit because you're adding hops, you're adding encryption, you're adding additional latency. But what's most important is getting a server that's as close to you as possible. And if that specific VPN doesn't have one close to you, wherever you are located on the planet, well, then you need to find a different VPN, one that does have a server closer to you.
All right, I'm going to let you read. Okay, Ian said, I'm seeing Wi-Fi 7 cards are being sold on Amazon. But Peter
says,
has a very technical question here.
I don't know. He has a gigabit basically up, gigabit down with 6 milliseconds fiber here in Denmark. And JC, I know you hate me. I do hate you, Peter. I love to hate you. All right. I mean, yeah, a gigabit. I mean, that's what I've always wanted, a gigabit connection. There's tears. I'm welling. I'm welling up right now.
Here, look at your new toy and then you'll feel happy.
Did you just say to
look at your toy?
Oh, look. Oh,
my gosh.
I don't know what, look.
Wow. James Peterson, you think there will be a plan with 2, 1 home and mobile?
Will they be? When was that?
You think there will be a plan with 2 and 1 home and mobile?
James, repeat. Let me know if you could. Just ask that one more time. Radioactive Texan, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate you being here with us.
Yes. Always love
and with
donations.
this dude all the time.
Nice dealing with me and my stupid shit all the time.
John, sounds like the spaceship that Elon is helping with probably won't go up until next year.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So I don't know about that. The Starship is ready to go. But they have to get approval from the FCC. And they no longer need to worry about the FSW, the Fish and Wildlife, FWS, whatever, Fish and Wildlife people. They don't have to worry about them. They already gave them the thumbs up, good to go on the deluge system. You know, that thing that blew out all of those hundreds of thousands of gallons of water to cool it down so it wouldn't blow up the damn ground, right? And everything worked out great. So we don't need we're waiting on FCC approval. And like I said, they're ready to go. So whenever they get approval, if they can get, what I would love to see them do is to do like a double rocket launch or even a triple launch. You have Starship and 2 SpaceX satellite launches, 2 Falcon 9s, right? From Texas, from Florida, and 1 from California, all on New Year's Eve. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, right? That'd be stellar. Literally.
Okay. Okay, we did that. We have a couple of people that are joining us. David Pointer.
How you doing, David?
Fragile 1976 from New Mexico.
How you doing,
Guitar
Fragile?
Stuff from Texas.
Guitar stuff, love it.
John.
William.
No.
Yeah, underneath Guitar Stuff, we have William.
Yeah,
it
but
says,
he's saying Tesla Fire,
Fire,
self-propelled.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
See?
See?
I get
All of
scolded.
Elon car are getting update next week. That's from John. Robert, Merry Christmas from Washington State. Keep up the great work.
Thank you
Learning
so much.
lots. We were just there. That was Narnia.
We were just in Narnia.
I love
we were
it.
in Washington State. Where were we in? Steve, what the hell?
Mike W., Merry Christmas from Washington State. Mike, Robert, both of you guys are from Washington State. Merry Christmas to you guys. We were just there for our anniversary weekend.
It was supposed to rain the entire like 4 days that we were there.
Yeah.
We landed in the plane. We were on
Oh my gosh, I have a picture.
We were in an Uber car ride, and all of a sudden it started snowing.
I don't know who we thought we were.
We're like, what the hell is that? And the driver's like, it doesn't supposed to be snowing. I'm like, we're getting snow. We literally went into the hotel. We stayed at a lodge, had a beautiful fireplace in the room. We hung out. Literally within like an hour or two, there was 6 inches on the ground.
I know, it's so crazy.
So beautiful. It was so nice. So nice.
Who are we? Look.
Who are we? No, you got to hold it up and you got to put it really close
Yeah.
because I don't have the other one.
Yeah, but will it focus?
Yeah, let me see. Does it focus? See,
No.
it still wants to focus on us.
Yeah,
Anyways,
see?
there it is.
Anyways, we were there.
We were
Narnia.
there, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Narnia.
And everybody in Washington State was really nice. And the food was really amazing. I'm just saying. Anyways, yeah. Okay.
It was cool.
Jeff Henderson, question. Can we call a Tesla car fire a lightning strike?
Yeah.
A car fire is called a barbecue. Yeah.
Barbecue. I like it.
Dragon Eggs. I can vouch for taking your Starlink on the road. Just switch from residential to mobile and back when you return. Prorated 150 from 120 until the end of the month pay period.
Yep, they allowed that. They never used to. You weren't able to switch back and forth, but as of about 6-7 months ago, you can actually switch from residential to mobile, from mobile to residential. It's perfect.
Last call news. Love the chancleta. Yes, chancletas. I should get a T-shirt. Chancleta,
You
chancla
should.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
Chancleta.
Yes.
Okay. Moby Connected. Have you tested ESIMS yet? Have you ever seen SL drop data inside Speedify?
What is that?
eSIMs?
Oh, an eSIM. It says, have you
Sorry.
tested eSIMs yet? Have you ever, back up, have you ever seen drop data inside Speedify? I have not seen the drop data within Speedify. It's been pretty solid. Sometimes I'll get some slow connections and I'll have to change servers. Right now I'm connected to a server. Let me see. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. I could switch over to Miami, but my point of presence is in Atlanta, Georgia. So by changing it to Miami doesn't really help much because my POP is over there in Atlanta anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Really quick, Mike said that we should say it rained in Washington. You're right, it did rain. But when we landed, after
Immediately turned to
like
snow.
20 minutes into our Uber ride, it started snowing. And the guy even was like, you guys, it's snowing. It's not supposed to snow. And I was so excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did rain. And it was like, but it was so beautiful. It's so beautiful there. I loved it.
It was really nice.
So yeah.
And being in a lot, it was really, really nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we did that. Jose from Arecibo. I'm sorry I didn't catch your wife's
Arecibo.
name. Forgot to mention that.
It's fabulous, Fabiola.
And it was, yes, so my name is Fabiola. And he forgot to mention that, like, if you're Spanish moms, Latin moms, if they hit you with a chancleta, they would sometimes say, don't you dare run.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to stand there and take it.
Take that friggin' shit. Absolutely.
Oh my God,
Get your ass
John, my
beat.
grandma will get a tree limb.
Holy God.
Dominic, fabulous free speech fucking Friday.
That's
Yes.
exactly right, Dominic.
I love it. My family, Jose, in Puerto Rico is from San Juan, Bayamón, Utuado, Arecibo too.
Arecibo.
I would think they're all over the place.
Yeah.
But I wasn't born in Puerto Rico. I was born over here, but I did go to school when I was little in Puerto Rico. And we kind of lived back and forth throughout my younger years on the island. So, Mike Hallmark. Guys, hit that like button. Yes, thank you, Mike.
Mike, thank you for that.
You're calling Jesus. Honey Badgers. This is so funny that my neighbor and I were talking about those paddles with holes on them. LOL.
You know about those paddles. Whew.
Ouch. Question, NordVPN her. Any advantage?
No. I mean, Nord is good. Using Speedify as VPN 2 is fantastic. Pure VPN we're currently using works out great. There's a lot of different VPN companies out there. Do a little background on some of them. They are like associated with foreign countries. Not really a fan too much of that. But there's some good ones out there for sure. There's a lot of different ones. It just depends on what you're trying to do. And like I said, you want to test them out to see if it has a server close to you. It's very, very important.
I just want to say a shout out for super chats. Thank you very much, Diamond Dave and DRM Global.
Wow, thank you guys.
DRM, appreciate you guys and the Starlink advice over the past year and all the laughs in the crazy ass world. Well, you know what though, we look forward to this.
Yeah.
I know I'm not here obviously all the time and this isn't really my realm, but I look forward to it on Friday nights when I am here. It's fun and I'm learning too, because sometimes when Joe tries to teach me stuff, I kind of close my eyes and I fall asleep. So this is the time I stay awake and I learn.
She does that sometimes. Joe,
I'm not gonna lie.
Just talk to me. Tell me about your day.
When I can't shut down.
That's the kind of shit that I get. And then I start telling her about my day. And that's basically just so that she can go to sleep. I'm not even kidding. That's not BS.
Mike Hallmark, thank you for the stats. 132 people and 87 likes. Yes, little by little.
Sweet.
Real Nikon lover, my grandpa used a leather razor strap on us. Good times.
Ooh, those work out pretty good. It's like a switch. It's kind of like
my mom used a wire fly swatter. That MFer hurt like hell and left welts. You didn't repeat your bad behavior.
Yeah. It'd be even worse like now you have the electric one. It'd be like
it's action, reaction, see? And then you were walking a straighter line, or at least you would think twice about, doing stupid shit again.
My God.
Tom Mussington. Our neighborhood raised us. If we did something wrong, any one of the neighbors' mothers would give us a whack or two, and then usually you got another one when you got home too. Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, that's great. Mike W said Speedify.
Yeah, Speedify works out really well.
Oh, Adrian and Ruth said, go to PR Bakery in Lake Worth for pasteles. Shut up. Really? I'm going to have to check it out. Oh, send Joe the name if you happen to know it. Well, I'm sure it can't be a lot because there's, it's Puerto Rican. There's not a lot. Ian, there used to be city buses that used flywheel to store energy. When they made stop, it would charge flywheel like a trolley.
Guys, this is what the paddles used to look like, but they were twice as thick as this one. This is what these look what the paddles used to look like.
That was it.
So just times that by 2.
Where's that at?
On
eBay,
it's like
of
on
course.
eBay.
Look, she's even holding it. She's like,
yeah. Times that freaking thing by 2. That was the paddle. I love this. Look, it's got a little heart, little loop at the top. Yeah, that's the thing right there. Woo.
All right. Scott from South Carolina grew up in Cleveland with a lot of Puerto Rican friends. They made a pork chop dish with tomato sauce that was excellent. Yes. It's pretty easy to make. I just, sometimes I don't make this stuff because, it could be a little heavy, trying to watch the figure. I don't want to end up looking like mofongo,
We don't want that to happen.
Let's see. Wait, I just hit this and lost my...
Mike, it's not really bonding. It's duplicate packets. Mike W says it's not really bonding. It's duplicate packets. Yeah, it depends on how they do it. Like one is set, like we were talking about software redundancy. They do it 2 different ways. One is where they are using quote unquote bonding, where they're trying to get the faster speeds by bonding them together. And then you'll see faster speeds basically aggregating the 2 connections. But then when it goes into redundancy, that means that it understands that we're doing some type of connection that needs redundancy, or like, for example, a conference call, or like doing a video. It knows that I'm doing video right now. It's got like this built-in AI thing. So it then goes and it watches when it needs to do redundancy, when it's sending mirror packets, right? So when it says bonded, then it's doing bonding and aggregation of the 2 lines. But when it says redundant is when it's doing its mirroring the packets, like you're saying. Absolutely.
All right, Tom DeClue. I'm retired USAF, so Air Force, Space Ops, and
Thank you for your service.
Later industry guy. Got family that lives on the east coast of Florida. Need to
Oh, wow.
pass along some stories next time I'm down there. I'm sure
Absolutely.
you have some stories.
Love to hear 'em.
John, question: how are you liking your new Apple TV?
Okay, so next week on Friday you can ask her.
Oh,
I actually
right.
really like it. I really like it. I think she's really gonna like it. She loves the Apple stuff, like the control. Like she does not like the Fire Stick. She just yells at it. I hear swearing all the time.
it's horrible.
So
The app itself, though, is horrible. It's like, I don't know. It's just like confusing sometimes. You don't know if it's clicking, it's not answering. Like,
yeah, it's not good. So what we got is the Apple TV 4K plus. I don't know, whatever they call it. You know, there's all these different names. It's like 128 gigabytes and whatever. I don't know. It's pretty damn good. It's clean. It's quick. Very responsive. So I'll let her answer that next week.
yes.
And we'll see what she comes up with.
Okay, William, product bathroom. William, we're not even going to talk about
Don't
it.
even start with the damn bathroom.
You know what? We're
William?
just going to leave it in this year, and then we'll pick it up sometime somewhere next year.
I'm ready to go. We're gonna
No,
get this
he's
done.
not.
I am ready to
No,
go.
because he can't lift anything heavy. He is not. He's a liar.
I'm like a freaking
No.
invalid.
He can't. And I don't want to have him have any more issues, so I have to wait. I'm just going to use a portalet. I'm getting a portalet.
I'm
A
gonna
porta
do it.
potty.
We'll put a porta potty in. We'll put a porta potty.
I'm
Porta-potty.
going to put you in a porta potty.
Portalet. I'm gonna put you in there. I'm gonna knock it over and you're gonna come out blue.
Ooh, do
What does
it
Mike
you.
say? Question.
Have you had any issues with TP-Link?
Backhauling. What speeds do you get with PC to PC? I haven't had issues with TP-Link. It's been pretty solid. I don't see issues. You know. That said, I mean, I'm going to be upgrading my computer soon. And when I do, I'm going to do like a 10 megabit type of Ethernet all the way around, because I do a lot. Obviously, I do a lot of video, gig, just tons. And moving the files around is a pain in the ass. It's a lot. So there is bottlenecks. And I don't know sometimes if it's the switch, if it's the router, where the bottleneck is. But there is some bottlenecks that I'm having issues with. So I don't want to say TP-Link is not the issue. It could be. But I have a feeling it's not. But I'll let you know on that.
All right. Jeremiah, hello from Wisconsin. Are they working on a solution for the micro disconnects? I get a dozen or so an hour from 0.5 to 2S. Overall, great service, but awkward for live gaming and streaming, etc.
Facts. You are 100% right. If you are trying to do first-person shooters with Starlink, you're going to end up with those little micro outages, and you're going to end up getting sniped, and your ass is going to be dead, and you don't even know that you're dead. And that's just the nature of doing satellite. Will it get better? Yes. Those micro outages, a lot of it has to do with either some type of atmospheric condition, or it could be the handoff when satellite comes by and the other satellite coming by picks up your connection. Sometimes that connection might take that millisecond or two where you're lost. When we start, right now we have 5,000 satellites. By the end of 2024, we're going to see a total, most likely, I'm going to guesstimate, of just under 10,000 satellites in orbit. At that point, think about it, we now are going to have doubled the amount of coverage. There will come a day when we no longer need a dish that's pointing at an angle, pointing at, let's say, north-northeast if you're on the East Coast, or north-northwest if you're on the West Coast. You're not going to need it. You're going to have your dish pointing straight damn up in the air, and that is it. Because there's so many satellites up above that 110 degrees of coverage that you get with those antennae all through there, through that antenna, it'll be able to get more than enough satellites, and you won't have those outages. So the outages are going to become shorter and shorter and shorter, and eventually they might not all the way disappear, but they will get pretty damn close. That's my guesstimate. You can hold me to it. I think that's pretty accurate.
Okay. Kevin Paw, thank you. Peter, it is the real deal, the studio tour video. Yes,
Okay,
eventually.
yeah, well.
I mean, it'll be a mess.
What do you
My
want? What do
God.
you want to hear too? Do you guys want to hear some of the back end, or see a video on like some of the back end on how I put these things together? How do I shoot them? How do I edit them? Do you want to see anything on audio? Do you, what
just us
what
being
interests
stupid.
you? What interests you? Because, remember I'm a DP, a director of photography, right? So I do everything. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Let me know, and maybe I'll build out a video talking about that if enough people are interested.
All right. Vendetta Fiend from Micanopy, Florida. Thumbs up. Thank you.
Thank you
And
very
everybody
much.
else that's been giving thumbs up. I see a whole bunch. Also, Micanopy, Florida. I have heard that's a really nice place to visit. So hopefully that'll be maybe something we can do in the summer or
Yeah.
in the spring. Ian said that he thinks PayPal was sold from eBay 7 or 9 years ago. Don't remember who bought them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Phil's camping. That's what I do. I use Ookla.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the best way to go.
Mike Hallmark, thank you. He said, thanks for bumping the likes. Keeps him up in the top. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
It
that.
does.
Thank you. Thank you.
Helios, 30 years. That is so cool. It's crazy
It's
cool.
a little bit. It's a bit.
Chris Pilgrim, I'm so lucky up here in Canada. My speeds are usually over 300 megabits per second.
Wow, that's good. That's really good.
83G. Biggest concern with Starlink and RF in general is always jitter. If it is below 300 microsecond, it's okay.
Right.
But many times it's up to a second or two. Then we see pixeling in the video.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. People don't look up jitter, people. If you don't know what jitter is, maybe I'll do a video on jitter to explain it, because a lot of people don't get it. They always are worrying about speed and they're worrying about milliseconds, this and that. But if your jitter is extremely high, just like 83 Jeep says here, I think it was 83 Jeep, was it? Yeah. You will have a bad time of it.
Helios, do you use PF
PF
Sense routers?
I do not. I tried some PF Sense routers. One, I returned back directly to them because a big ball of ass. It was shit. Okay. And, I usually don't talk bad about the companies, but they ended up charging me a restocking fee after I told them that, listen, their system was just complete shit. Now, bear in mind, if you want to test PF Sense, you can actually download it for free, But I actually got a custom, or whatever you want to call it, PF Sense router that was already pre-built and everything. It was complete garbage. It was garbage. And their support was trash. So, yeah. And then they charged me a restocking fee to send the thing back to. Really pissed me off. So there you go. I'm venting.
All right. I think we're going to do like maybe another 30 minutes. Peter, if you have to go, by all means, we completely understand.
Maybe
Just because
15. How about 15, Peter?
we
Give
have-
us 15.
We have a lot of questions still to go through,
Do
at
we?
least.
Holy
Yeah.
God.
So let's go for 15.
All right,
Finish
15.
up
We're going to go
and-
quick.
Let's see. Mike, holy shit. LOL. You should have seen my first wife. You're so lucky you're online. She's going to pinch the heck out of you later. Yes.
Yeah, I'll get the shit.
Jose, you guys married very young, going on 44 years in January. Well,
Wow.
congratulations.
Congrats. That's awesome.
awesome. I hope you get to go somewhere fun or do something.
Yes.
Chris, I'm not getting duplicate audio. That must have
Good.
been
Yeah, back when it was echoing.
yeah. Let's see. I lost my spot again.
That's all right.
Where are you? Sorry, guys. We just went dead.
Are you? Did you go silent?
I just
I'm
said
waiting for
I
you.
lost
You're-
my.
you're
no,
like the director.
I just said that I lost the thing.
Oh, okay.
Jumped and I lost
So what do
my
we got?
spot.
Scott says, "Merry Christmas from Toronto. Happy wife, happy life." That's a fact, absolutely. I'm over here, right by Peter. I'm going over to here. I'm not sure if we missed any.
I think
Did we
you
miss some?
missed, yeah. on.
Let's see. Do.
Yeah, okay, I found my spot.
You found it?
Yeah.
Then I will come to where you are here.
Okay.
Where are you? Okay, Helios. Okay, gotcha.
83 Jeep, February 28th for Starship flight. Helios. Yeah, they seem to be getting ready to move another tower to Texas to launch 2 Starships at once, and not out of the question.
Yeah, that would be awesome if they do it.
John K. Wolf, Elon just gave $100 million to a school-grade Christmas gift. Jeez,
There you
that's
go.
awesome.
$100 million to a school.
G.A. Flips, what is up with the decision from the FCC concerning subsidies? This looks like a political play to me.
Yeah, basically, if you guys didn't know, the FCC denied the funding for SpaceX, basically saying that the $885 million that they were going to get in subsidies, they're not going to get it because Elon Musk is not, his Starlink is not going at on a mean or on an average of 100 megabits down by 20 megabits up. And they don't believe that he can get to that speed by 2025. So they're denying him based on their estimation. Now, if that's not a hell of horse shit, I mean, I don't know what is. So, yeah, it's horrendous.
I feel like we just read this already.
What is that?
Did you read Happy Wife?
Yeah, I just went down. You went back up to where we're supposed to be.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Scott, Merry Christmas from Toronto.
Yeah, there you go. That's where I was. That's good. Scott from Toronto. And then let's see. Under that, we have Texas. Favorite site. Watched hundreds. See this right here. We're there. John K. Wolf says, what I mean, you couldn't have done any better. Thank you for that. Mike W. says you're supposed to say Washington rain.
Oh, I did.
And time, yes,
I did
got that. We got the Cowboys. Howdy from John 88. And then Diamond says.
That was Diamond Dave. He said,
Yep.
Wow, I got so much from you tonight. Sweet knowledge. Thank you.
Excellent. Appreciate you being here, Mike. Good. Yep. Always rains. Yep. Tell everyone.
Adrian and Ruth, they never miss with chancleta. Yeah, Ruth is a veteran. I mean, I'm
that
sure.
chancleta goes off like a boomerang. If it doesn't hit you the first time, on the way back, it's going to hit you.
John Ross, the FCC decision against Starlink was actually made by the Wireline Competition Bureau, headed by Trent Harkrader.
Okay.
Trent graduated Duke. Richard Harkrader is a large FJB Democrat Party.
Well, there you go. See, I didn't know that, John. John, do me a favor on that. Send me over a link to that information because I would like to do a full read on it. I find that interesting.
Thank you, Scott from South Carolina, for your
Scott.
super chat. That's for your screwball fund. Thank you.
Peanut butter screwball. Thank you so much.
Totally gonna do that.
Really appreciate those super chats. That's so nice. So nice. Jeremy V.
Yep.
You got that?
This is terrible. The FCC just denied me $885 million to us two. God.
Yeah. Could you imagine? I'm devastated.
John Ross, Wireline Comp Bureau handed text to FCC, used almost word for word.
Jeez, unbelievable. Yeah.
Radioactive Texan. What microphone would you recommend for streaming? Prefer a mic that can stay out of the view.
Get out of view. So, like right now, we are using some pencil condenser mics that are going into a Scarlett, is what I'm currently using. I also have a RE20, but that's like $500 that goes through a DBS compressor. But if you just want to go something basic, I would suggest going with like a pencil condenser or a mic that is smaller, but is USB. This way you don't have to deal with anything else besides just plugging it in, and then get some type of arm to get it out of the way, and you can kind of have it come in. Right now we have two mics, one pointing this way, one pointing this way. Here, let me bring it down. There you go. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, there you go. So we have Fabiola's mic here, we have my mic right here, and then we just pull this right out of the shot right over here, and it's pretty much gone. And that's it. Nice and to me, it's the easiest way of doing it. The other way to do it is a lapel mic, but to each his own. I just did a lapel mic on one of the videos that I did. I forgot that it's a stereo mic and I didn't balance it. So now when you listen to that damn video, it only comes in through your left ear because I'm a damn idiot. Not that I haven't been doing this for like 30 years, but sometimes you forget about stuff. So yeah, just make it simple. If you're going to be doing anything like this, you want to make it as easy and simple as possible. If not, you're going to get just burnt out and you're just not going to do it.
All right, Jose, love it. He said you guys are soulmates, man. I guess so. We are. John Ross, actual Board of Education paddle made out of oak. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Woo.
That's crazy. It was an actual Board of Education paddle? That's crazy. Last call news. Speedify is working so far. Good.
Excellent.
James Peterson,
Great
have
news.
to leave. Had an awesome night.
Thank you, James.
YouTube kick. Thank
Appreciate you being here. Piney Woods.
Dad sent us out to get a willow twig wrapped around your leg. Ooh,
Switch.
ouch.
Woo.
Adrian and Ruth, PR Bakery is in the name. Google it. I will do that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
eBay the paddle. Yes.
Yep.
Jose, I had a shop teacher in the Bronx who hit me with one of those paddles. Ooh.
You know, you can hear them. They actually whistle because the air comes through those holes. So you hear it literally, you can hear it whistle before it hits your ass.
Diamond
Woo.
Dave said my elementary principal used that one on me. I remember that.
There you go.
Dominic, a heart in the handle so they can beat you
So they can
with
beat
love.
your ass senseless
LOL.
with a nice heart, loving beating.
Peter, almost all VPNs nowadays are logging. Almost every VPN company is owned by a big company, so no privacy. The only one I know of that don't logging is Swedish one Mulvad VPN.
There you go. So yeah, there is a lot of that I've been doing I've been doing a lot of research on the VPNs, and the two that I'm using right now, like for example, Speedify is a US based company, and I believe they don't keep any of the information. So just like anything else, you just do your due diligence for your area. You're overseas, so you're going to have different VPN companies, like your VPN company, which is your Swedish one. What is it, Mulvard? Those we don't even have that company here. So.
All right. Jeremy, I may or may not have gotten paddled with that one time at school, or maybe more times than one.
I know I got my ass beat.
Ian, do you use OBS for streaming?
I do. We're using OBS right now, the latest version.
Fragile 1976, does PureVPN limit your bandwidth speed?
It does. It doesn't limit it. You're basically limited by what is available through you and then through their router or through their streaming server, wherever that is. So I always say connect to a closer server as possible to your POP, not to you, because I'm in South Florida, right? I'm in West Palm Beach. There is a POP in Miami. But for some reason, my account is associated with a POP or a point of presence that's in Atlanta, Georgia. So what I do is the server that we're using currently is the server in Atlanta, Georgia, for that reason, because it's closer. Hopefully that helps.
Adrian and Ruth love their Apple TV.
There you go.
Switched
Excellent.
to Roku years ago. Lynn
Roku's
Brown.
nice.
I went to private school. They pulled all the kids into the auditorium to watch public paddling, paddle with holes. And there you go. David M. Fiber in the house. Do we have fiber in the house?
I would love
we do
to.
not.
I would love it.
AW, hi from Colorado. Been doing some Astro tonight. We'll send you pics tomorrow. Love you too. Thank you. That's awesome.
Please do. I love seeing photos. Send them all to me. Love it.
Iron D is here from North Carolina with
How you doing,
4
Iron?
new Starlink viewers logged in. Thank you.
Thank you.
P.S. Those paddles would disintegrate a back pocket comb. Oh yeah. Ooh, if you had that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Talk about welt marks. Jay, 62.
Yeah, 62
megasec-
milliseconds, 70 down, 6 up while watching feed. That up speed is a little bit slow. I would like to see a little bit faster than the 6, but it's not bad. It's really not bad. I mean, when I say it's not bad, it's not bad when you're in a rural setting, right? When you're like in the city and you have like fiber, or you have Comcast sitting there with like 300 up, 300 down, or whatever, then it's bad.
Right.
But when you're in a rural situation and you're getting Uverse, or you're getting some other crap DSL or something, which is giving you like 1 meg up, seeing something 6 times faster is pretty damn good.
Peter said
It's going to get better though. Hang in there.
Peter said regarding to the studio
TP,
or
yeah.
what you
Yeah.
yes, it could be fun to see how you do it.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
do your stuff. Scott Mustard, how do you edit them?
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a good video. I can do like a backstory on the video. Maybe I'll just do I'll do a video from soup to nuts, and then I'll show you the behind the scenes on how I actually put it together.
Yeah,
I think that'd be kind of cool,
Mike's-
just so you can see the amount of time and effort that goes into this. It's
Mike
not
said a
little
good
bit.
video editor recommendation that's not a subscription based.
Yes,
would be good.
so go to Blackmagic's website and download DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. So DaVinci Resolve, let me see if I can pull it up. DaVinci Resolve. Here it is. Okay, so let me go and switch this over so you guys can see what I see. So this right here, let me see. No, not that one. Let's switch over to this. So this is what it looks like. This is the website. We're right now using this software. It's called DaVinci Resolve 18. I think it's like 18.6 point something right now that we're using. This is awesome. Now, even back in the day, when we used to create, or whenever we would do video, it doesn't matter if it was TV or for ad spots or something like that, we would use either Final Cut Pro, or later on we used Premiere, right? Premiere Pro. But what would have to happen is we would have to take that video then, when it was all done, load it into DaVinci to do the color grading on it. If you don't know what color grading is, just don't worry about it. You're basically taking your regular footage that is coming in raw, that literally looks like crap, and then color grading it however you want it to look, okay? So we would always bring it into DaVinci. Anyways, then DaVinci Resolve, or Blackmagic, came out with an NLE, a non-linear editor that was awesome. It had problems at the beginning, but now it is as solid as a Final Cut or a Premiere. So now many editors, myself included for the last 2 years, we don't even go into Premiere, we don't go into any of this stuff. We just stick with DaVinci Resolve, and we do everything soup to nuts within DaVinci. So definitely take a look at this. If you scroll down to the bottom of this, or you come right down here, it says DaVinci Resolve free download now. So if you click on that, you'll actually get the full-blown package, okay, for free. Then there's a version that is for $2.99, and what it does is it opens up some extra like filters and crap like that. It will also then open up if you have multiple CPUs or GPUs, so that you can bond them together and get faster, let's say, output when you're rendering. So, but this is 100% free. I would suggest this highly. Matter of fact, I'll highlight it in the video that I do that you guys were suggesting.
Okay, I just want to say a quick shout out and thank you to Real Nikon Lover.
Oh.
A few coins for Fabiola to paddle your butt later.
I was kind of nasty to her, right?
And Mike W. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much
rock.
for that.
Merry
Appreciate
Christmas.
it.
Thank you very
Mike,
much.
thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are awesome. We really do appreciate it. We do appreciate it.
Jose, I know this is off topic, but what do you think about the new AI on Photoshop? I got the $9.99 a month deal. I know you cut the cord, just wanted your opinion.
Yeah, so I have not tested it because I don't use Adobe products. I've vowed to not use them after I cut the cord 3-4 years ago. That said, I do think that there's certain instances that I wouldn't mind having that AI, to especially doing some backfilling on some of the thumbnails that I have and stuff like that, so I don't have to do as much work. But that being said, I can do everything that I do with Adobe product. I can do, Mike, take care. I can do everything that I can do with any of the Adobe products using Affinity products. There's a whole bunch of different products that I use that will do just about the same thing. The one thing is, though, Affinity said that they're not going to be doing no AI shit. And that kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you. I would like them to do some AI, quote, backfilling and smart filling, whatever. I think that would be pretty cool. But it is what it is. So I wish I can tell you exactly if it was good or not. I'm hearing that it's pretty good, but you do have to do work after the fact to kind of smooth things out because it's not perfect yet.
Let's punch through these so we can.
Okay, do it.
finish up.
Yeah, because it's time.
Yeah. Dominic, my jitter gets high when I have too much caffeine. Let's see. Peter, 30 is okay. I don't know what that was for. Peter, sorry, I forgot. Mike, Helios, use Ubiquity if you want that route. PFNs is garbage.
Oh, Ubiquity router? Yeah. Yeah, Ubiquity has a good router. Absolutely.
Okay. Tim Englehart, first time watching you live. Love the show. Thanks.
Thank you, Tim, for being here.
Already at those speeds, 83 Jeep
Nice.
said.
Lee H.
Yeah, just ordered my RV mobile kit and got the dish with a motor. Yay, not the new dish. Thank goodness.
People asked me if that's going to happen. I told them, absolutely, you're going to get a version 2 with a motor. And sure enough, there you go. Excellent. Good to know.
Jay said, up in the Manitoba, Canada, all the snow has
Wow.
melted. It might be a brown Christmas.
A
Aw.
sloppy Christmas.
John Ross, question, 44 married, same girl, bought her a second house across state from your HQ Gulf side. It pays well to be a good wife.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
am going to get a second home.
Yes.
It would pay
Me
him
too.
well to be a good husband.
See that?
But yeah.
Actually, like a
that's-
log cabin, I think is what we would
that's-
like.
that would be our second.
Like
That's
somewhere
our next
that
goal.
it snows somewhere, because we really enjoyed Washington. It was really nice.
But we weren't like I wouldn't go to snow to work. Just
yeah,
to
yeah,
chill
yeah, yeah.
out.
To go and drive,
Yeah.
exactly. So something.
Because that's
yeah,
hard. That's
yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
Vendetta Fiend, Micanopy is one of the oldest cities in Florida. I know, that's why I want to go visit, because I love history. Lots of antique shops and cafes. I'm a firefighter stationed in
die
the
for the
center of
antique.
Micanopy. So you guys hit me up when you're in town.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
That's
Absolutely.
Vendetta Fiend. Okay.
Ross, we'll send you the link in X verified. John
Do it.
Ross.
Thank you so much.
83 Jeep. I use ass block for YouTube to minimize the ads. Ad
Oh,
blocks.
good.
Sorry.
Ad block, yeah. Ass block. I like it. We use some ass block.
Dave Gross, Southern Missouri 35 down, 11.4 up while watching. Hopefully gets better as more satellites go up. Deepak Danji, love from Nepal.
How you doing?
How are you? Mike W. Yep, don't do VPN for privacy. Use it to bypass restrictions.
Exactly.
Nothing in the internet is private, Jay.
True.
It's
Fact.
true. Let's see. Mike, with VPN, you do not control what happens on the other side of the tunnel with your data. I prefer pi hole with DHCP and piping DNS to cloud. Blair, no ODS. Yeah, I'm done.
My God. You prefer pee hole? What the fuck?
That's what came out. It is way after
You
dark.
know, so
I'm past the 50-hour week. You guys, I'm done.
I've been telling you guys I'm gonna do this. I still haven't freaking did it because I got so much shit to do. But I'm gonna put pee hole. I'm gonna put
Dominic is dying.
I'm gonna put pie hole on this shit here. Okay, this is a Raspberry Pi.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna show you how to do it, and then you guys can do it. I can't.
Oh my god. It's time to shut it down. Oh my god. Okay. I forgot where I even was.
I don't even know what the hell you're doing anymore.
Kevin Paul 123 ATM ping 43 down. Okay, DSL in the area is 4 down and 3 up. Okay.
Horrible.
83 Jeep. This past week download between 100 and 150. Average upload 15 to 20.
That's not bad.
William, do you see what I see?
My God.
Now I missed.
Jeez.
Because it goes to a certain area and
Oh
then it just
my.
like drags it all down without me even going there.
Let me see. William, we have 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was a
Merry
long time ago.
Christmas. Coming down here.
Chris,
Double
here,
A's.
Chris. He said decent cameras that still use AA batteries.
Holy shit. I don't know. I don't think there is any. It's like almost impossible today. Real Nikon lover. Let's see. Oh, that's Peter. Jose. What does Jose see? Here is a pleasure. Seeing you guys, Joe. And it was a joy knowing Fabiola.
What? Wait, where is it? Where'd you go?
I'm down here at the bottom with Jose.
Wait, did you see?
Scroll to the bottom.
Oh, all the way to the. Did
Yeah.
you pass all this right here?
I'm letting you go
Oh.
back. Pee hole. My God. I don't even know Dominic. I don't even know
Jose, que
Dominic.
tengas buenas noches igual.
Buenas noches.
Gracias. Well, you guys, let's see. These last two, and that is it. Tony, do you know what's up with the West Coast launch that was scheduled for tonight?
I don't know.
West
Honestly,
Coast, I don't know.
I really don't know. You know what? Let me look. All right. You guys are here. So there's a couple people left, like 100 or so. Let me go to.
While you do that, Dragon Eggs, born and raised in Washington State, and the place is awesome. Just don't tell anybody. Too many transplants. I feel you. That's how I feel about Florida. There's just way too many people. So, I'll try to keep it to myself. It is beautiful up there, though. Oh my God, I'm glad I got to, make you guys laugh. Yeah.
My God.
I need a siesta.
Yeah.
I'm just done. It's been a long week. I've had over a 50-hour week. I'm done. And honestly, there's 2 weeks left in the year. It's been a great year, and it's been a very trying year, and there's a lot of stuff going on this year, but yeah.
So I went over to SpaceX just to see if something was launching, and there was nothing. The last post they had was this one, and this is from, let me see. This is from December 7th. Look at this, guys.
Real Nikon said, I have tears of laughter worth the price of admission tonight. I'm here for you guys. See? Break it up a little.
I'll turn the volume down on
Adrian
that
and
just a
Rouge.
little bit.
Good night. Quick question, last question, Janice West. Hey guys, quick question. Live in Texas. Heat setting on, off, or automatic versus your Starlink?
Okay. If this audio is too loud, let me know on the desktop. So put your heater set to auto, unless you see that it's stuck on for an extended period of time and it starts getting hot. Okay, and then at that point, just turn it off. I am not a fan of anything on auto because it does some crazy shit sometimes. So I like to turn it on whenever needed. I will turn on the heater sometimes when it's really horrible weather out there. Okay. Now, do I know that actually helps? I don't, because I don't have any direct knowledge that it helps. No one's ever told me one way or another, but it just makes sense to me that the way the heater works is by increasing the amp load, right? It's getting more juice. So if the antenna and the modem and all the circuitry in the dish is getting more amps, in my opinion, or what I would think logically would say, it would cut through rain better. There'd be less rain fade with the heater on. Do I know that to be the case? No. I have heard from people in the know saying that it does not help. I still do it. Okay. So, anyways.
Right. We're done.
Are we done?
I'm done. Thank you,
She's
everybody,
done with
for
her-
watching.
Yeah, she's done with her
Don't forget to check
pee hole
you know,
or whatever thing,
whatever you gotta
whatever
do.
it is.
Peter, thank you so much for hanging out with
Peter,
us. I know
thank
it's
you.
super late for you. We appreciate it.
Look at this, guys.
Mike, thank you for the stats.
I have a pee hole I'm going to install.
Can't. Cheers. Have a
Anyways,
good
guys,
night.
thank you very much.
Buenas noches. Feliz Navidad. Yes, William, thanks for subscribing. Yes, please share, subscribe, thumbs up. And
Do
like
all those damn things.
make notes on your phone if something comes up for like the next live.
Yeah.
And Instagram, message through Instagram. Sometimes it's easier, whatever.
Yeah. And if you have any
we put
ideas,
stuff on there.
Also, if there's anything that comes out that I might miss, it could be some FCC, some kind of filing.
Yes, it does look like something else, but that was William though. He said it. He started
William?
it.
Don't get her started anymore. She's already burnt out here.
Yes.
So, like, if you have any information, right, send me an email. Go through the site, jcristina.com / I think it's contact, or go to jcristina.com and just hit contact. Send me over any kind of links to any other your news organizations. Doesn't matter what state, what country that they're in. It doesn't matter to me because I read everything. and then I come up with my own, what I believe, and then I put it out there in video. So definitely share with me, because that's how we all learn here. I'm not like some guru, right, that has all the answers. I don't.
All right. Good night.
Thank you, guys. Blessings. Have a great weekend. Take care.